presented by Vyasa Media Network.
So we were talking about this earlier, I know, but let's just go around and let's talk about how your running journey started, like how you started running.
Okay, one by one. Avash, you want to start?
Okay, so I was studying in the UK. And later I was working at Gymshark. So that's a cost about everyone's into fitness. I'm at the workspace. So I only used to do like weights and stuff, like traditional bodybuilding. We started a run club, Gymshark. So it was like running was really new to me. I used to hate running. And the event we host and we basically started the run club. So first, it was kind of like a challenge for me to start running and stuff. And when I ran for the first time, I hated it. And despite I slowly, eventually, like you start to enjoy the process of like improving, because we used to host the run every Tuesdays. And actually, you kind of struggle for a bit, and then every week you keep on improving. So that's how I technically started running.
Okay. Yeah. So through a run club itself.
Yeah. Yes.
So it kind of comes full circle.
Yes.
Started from the run club.
Yeah, good one. I think it started from a challenge as well, right? From one of your
it did.
Colleagues or friends.
Yeah, it was kind of like my manager in a way. Yeah. So, like you can't do a 25-minute 5K.
Oh.
It was kind of like a challenge, because first time I thought I could do a 25 because I think I did my first 5K 32 minutes, around 32 minutes.
It's pretty good as well.
Yeah, which is really good.
And I was gasping for air like the whole time.
The 7-minute cut down is also a lot.
Yeah. So I think running, like when you first start running, you first go, I think month, you improve a lot. So it's kind of like improvement. So I think I did a 25-minute 5K in the first month of when I started running.
In terms of like fitness, I think that's why it's so addictive, because from the start, you like later on it's harder to see progress, but from the start you see so much progress and you get addicted to that progress and you start chasing that kind of feeling, right?
Yeah.
In terms of me, with my fitness, it's mostly the gym, right? So it's weightlifting, powerlifting, and then through that, how I track like progression, and progress is straight numbers, right? So how much you lift, how many reps you do, right? I feel like in running, it's a bit more nuanced, right? Like, how did you see progress? In what way?
I think it was through, so I'm not saying paces, okay? So what used to happen was I think the first pace group was 20-minute 5K, and then we said 25, 27, 30, 32, and 35 as the last one. So progress, I didn't track anything, no Strava, like all these tracking device equipment. So how I used to track my progress was through the paces. So I think when I first started, I started with the 25-minute. Obviously, I ended up in the 32s. When I started improving, I basically moved up the pace group. So that's how I technically saw the progress before I started to track my runs.
So track data. So there's so much data, and you can it's a rabbit hole. Basically, so once you start tracking, especially if you have these fancy watches, so once you get into it, it's a rabbit hole.
Let's break it down. So the only ones I know is there's time, there's distance, and then there's the time it takes per kilometer,
pace.
Right?
Pace.
Other than that,
there's cadence as well.
Yeah, cadence.
What is cadence?
Cadence, I think it's steps per minute.
Yeah. It's like the amount of steps you take per step
in a minute. So I think conventionally they say higher the cadence, the better.
Yeah.
Higher cadence better but conventionally it depends.
It depends on the person as well. Some people for example, if technically you think like if you're running faster, your cadence should be higher. I know. There are sometimes runner it's not that very high pani ke.
Yeah.
So it's like easy pani, like the medium runs pani, like it's like the same, similar.
Subjective.
Yeah.
It can also do with like the amount you stride, and like I could run on the spot and I could have a high cadence, but I'm not going anywhere,
It depends about maybe it depends on the height as well.
It
Yeah.
depends, yeah.
of the person.
Definitely depends.
Height पनि depend हुन्छ because obviously if a person is tall, उनीहरूको steps त अलिक कम नै हुन्छ होला नि त than a short person. So cadence चाहिँ अब छ, cadence पनि छ. त्यसपछि you have केसहरू. We have heart rate.
Heart rate is like
Heart rate,
it's a very
It's
big
a pretty
thing.
big one.
I think
Running
heart rate and pace.
Yeah.
मलाई चाहिँ heart rate and pace because that's like pace because सबैको फर्स्टमा इम्प्रुभमेन्ट नै you look at through pace नि त.
Yeah.
अरू heart rate त I think it comes when you start improving and when you get the device, that's when you first
Yeah.
fall into heart rate भन्ने के हो हैन. Because when you start, I think most people track their runs phone मा नि त through this
Strava,
app,
yeah,
through this app called Strava. So त्यसमा त you don't track your heart rate. But once you get a watch like a fitness watch, that's when you see the heart rate and everything.
Yeah.
Do you, when you're looking at your heart rate, do you want your heart rate to be lower or higher? Like what's the
I think lower is ideal.
Yeah, I think it depends on what kind of run you're doing.
Yeah.
So for example, if you want to do like a recovery run, like there's different zones for running as well,
Yeah.
like heart rate zones are. So if you want to go for like an easy run, zone 2 go heart rate depending on the person, it falls between 130 to 155. So that's like your easy run ko hunu parcha. Then you have threshold zones, threshold pace, which is like slightly above your easy runs.
Yeah.
And you're like between zone 3 and zone 4, and then you're like all out, which is zone 5.
Yeah. I think heart rate is a good indicator of how fit a person is.
Yes, like
Because अब faster, अब जस्तो आवास र हाम्रो केसमै अब मैले आफ्नो कम्पेयर गरेँ भने चाहिँ उसको long runs or his हुन्छ नि hard workoutsहरूको heart rate चाहिँ it's almost similar to my easy runs के.
Okay.
So मेरो easy run को heart rate र उसको hard run को heart rate चाहिँ almost अलिक similar नै हुन जान्छ के.
Okay.
And so that means he's अब fitter,
Yeah.
I'd say.
But then does that mean that even though, does that mean you could, because your easy run ka heart rate and your hard run ka heart rate is the same, right?
Yeah, almost.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. I think until भयो त्यसपछि what else is there?
अब रिकभरीको छ, रिकभरीको अर्कै कुरा अब जिम गर्ने बेलामा चाहिँ मानव तिमीलाई पनि आई थिङ्क त्यो थाहा छ कि थाहा छैन, तर जिम गर्ने बेलामा चाहिँ रिकभरी चाहिँ त्यस्तो सुनेको थिएन कि. वी डिडन्ट हियर मच अबाउट रिकभरी, के गर्नुपर्छ के कसो भनेर. त रनिङ गर्न थालिसकेपछि वन्स यु गेट इन्टु इट, सो रिकभरी इज प्रिटी बिग एज वेल, especially when you have these your watches or it's pretty suggestive on how much rest you need. So for example,
So rest in the sense that like you slow down your pace, you speed up, you slow down, khalko, like interval khalko, or like in the recovery you're talking about like a full like
yeah,
ice bath sauna khalko recovery.
they exactly चाहिँ सजेस्ट गर्दैन. तर अब कस्तो हुन्छ भने सो वन्स यु अब जस्तो हाम्रो वेट ट्रेनिङ पनि प्लानहरू हुन्छ नि त. एन्ड सो यो फिटनेस एपहरूले फिटनेस वाचहरूले पनि आफ्नो आफ्नो प्लान बनाइदिँदो रहेछ कि.
Oh, wow.
सो रिसेन्टली गट वान, द्याट्स वाइ टकिङ सो मच अबाउट हुन्छ नि फिटनेस वाचेसहरू. अनि प्लान बनाइदिइसकेपछि चाहिँ के हुँदो रहेछ भने सो हाम्रो त युजुअली एउटा सेट प्लान अब हामीले म्यानुअली प्लान बनाएको हुन्छौँ, वी जस्ट फलो इट, वी डोन्ट हुन्छ नि रियली लिसन टु आवर बडिज होइन. अनि त्यसपछि यो प्लानमा चाहिँ कस्तो हुन्छ भने सो it monitors how you're training and if you've slept enough or not, तिम्रो stress कस्तो छ, त्यो सबै कुराहरू मोनिटर गरेर चाहिँ it suggests your workouts के. So as for example, if I did a run today, एउटा long run गरेर बिहान, अनि long run गरिसकेपछि चाहिँ it recommends how many hours I should rest as well.
Okay.
So त्यो रेस्ट गर्छ. अनि next day if I want to run, if I want to go to the gym, सो मैले आफ्नो वर्कआउट यताबाट स्टार्ट गर्ने बेलामा चाहिँ सुरुमा एउटा सजेसन दिन्छ कि इफ आई सुड वर्क आउट अर नट.
Like in knowing what you did throughout the week, or maybe even yesterday, or maybe even how you slept, right?
Yeah.
That's the color. Yes, how did you get into running?
Me into running, I think it was back 3 years back, almost 3 years नै भइसक्यो. So I was into personal development, improvement, self-improvement. I was नि भर्खर लागिरहेको थियो त्यसमा. सो आई वाज पिक विन्टर होइन, अनि इट वाज अ च्यालेन्ज एज वेल होइन. बिहान चिसोमा उठेर यु हेभ टु रन होइन. अलिकति इन्फ्लुएन्स पनि भयो बिकज अफ लट अफ कन्टेन्ट्स द्याट आई स इन्स्टाग्राममा. अनि बाहिरको मान्छेहरू चाहिँ दे युज टु रन अनि आई वाज इन्टु कन्टेन्ट क्रिएसन पनि त्यति बेला अनि सो त्यही एउटा च्यालेन्ज पनि थियो जस्ट वान टु इम्प्रुभ माइ सेल्फ त्यति बेला त जस्ट इन्टु रनिङ होइन रन गर्दाखेरि अब त्यही आवर्सले भने जस्तै नो स्ट्राभा नो नथिङ जस्ट रन गऱ्यो घरको एउटा पोइन्टबाट रन गरिसकेपछि इफ आई फर इक्जाम्पल आज एउटा पोइन्टसम्म रन गर्न सक्यो भने माई नेक्स्ट डे माई गोल वाज टु त्योभन्दा अझै अगाडि जाने द्याट्स हाउ आई युज टु मेजर माई रन्सहरू
You did this like आफै on your own or you had like साथीहरू
No, on my own. अब I used to like my house is in Nathigauda, so बुढालीगण्डको त्यो route, so hill टाइपकोमै I used to run. So from there I got into running slowly.
I think fitness is like a great thing and I'm a big advocate for fitness. But I'm not a big runner because I find running really challenging. But I think everybody does at the start. I think the great thing about running is you don't need anything.
Yeah.
You don't need the best shoes. You don't need a fancy watch to start off. Like you didn't just run. And I think it's a really basic skill. But I think like hearing you guys speak, it's also a very important skill. And there's it can seem very simple at start, but it can also become very complicated and very
I think running itself is a beauty हुन्छ नि च्यालेन्ज भएर पनि के द्याट्स अ ब्युटी इन रनिङ पनि एन्ड देयर इज अदर स्पोर्ट्स एज वेल तर रनिङ गर्दाखेरि जुन त्यो your heart is pumping, right? So the clear mind, clear state of mind हुँदाखेरि पनि it's actually amazing to run.
The runner's high भन्ने हुन्छ नि त्यही हो. Do you guys remember that first time you felt the runner's high खालको?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
भन्दिन कस्तो like do you remember that time?
So I think it was the first time I completed a 5 kilometer.
Yeah.
And so first 5K थियो त्यसमा चाहिँ
त्यहाँ अलिकति माइकमा
So first 5K थियो अनि त्यसमा चाहिँ अब त्यो बेलासम्म चाहिँ मैले 5K कम्प्लिट पनि गरेको थिइनँ अनि त्यसपछि I was trying really hard अनि त्यो फर्स्ट 5K मा चाहिँ मलाई चाहिँ एफर्टलेस लाग्यो क्या स्पेसली आफ्टर हुन्छ नि 4 किलोमिटर्स एकदमै एफर्टलेस लागेको थियो अनि त्यसपछि I was अब obviously 5K पनि कम्प्लिट भएको थियो I was elated as well अनि त्यो सेटिस्फ्याक्सन चाहिँ मैले भन्नाले अरू कुनै स्पोर्ट अरू कुनै हुन्छ नि एनी एक्टिभिटी आई डिड एनी फिजिकल एक्टिभिटी त्यहाँबाट चाहिँ मैले पाएको थिइनँ क्या त्यो सेटिस्फ्याक्सन चाहिँ सो अब सबजनाको लागि डिफ्रेन्ट हुन्छ होला रनर्स आयो भनेको तर त्यो चाहिँ इट वाज द फर्स्ट टाइम आई फेल्ट त्यो द्याट लेभल अफ सेटिस्फ्याक्सन
Was your running journey beginning to train for that 5K or पहिलादेखि पनि रनिङ गर्थे?
No. So मैले पनि रनिङ सुरु गरेँ भने चाहिँ आफ्टर वी स्टार्टेड Artha Run Club.
Okay.
So त्यो पछि नै सुरु गरेँ मैले and obviously I had to as well because अब क्लब नै सुरु गरिसकेपछि त obviously it's always that you need to start running. अनि सुरुमा यशसँग पनि I think I tried it once or twice. होइन सुरु चाहिँ गरेको थिएँ तर अब it was tough. ड्युट सुरुमा उसँग गर्ने बेला उसले गर्न थालिसकेको थियो. इट वाज क्वाइट इजी फर हिम त्यति बेला. तर मैले चाहिँ आई थिङ्क आई ran फर एट मोस्ट 1 किलोमिटर 1 किलोमिटर पछि आई हेड टु स्टप. अनि त्यसपछि आई स्टार्टेड वाकिङ. ही वेन्ट अप टु बुढालकण्ठको त्यो मन्दिर अनि ही वाज कमिङ ब्याक. त्यो त्यस्तो थियो. तर त्यसपछि आई थिङ्क आई डिन्ट रन फर अबाउट अ इयर. त्यसपछि आफ्टर आई थिङ्क Artha Run Club सुरु गऱ्यौँ अनि सुरु गरिसकेपछि आई स्टार्टेड रनिङ. तर त्यस्तो कुद्छु नै भनेर मैले आफै भन्नाले आई जस्ट ran with the club. So just once a day. अनि त्यसपछि बिस्तारै बिस्तारै आई स्टार्टेड रनिङ अदर डेज एज वेल. अनि त्यो बिस्तारै बिस्तारै गर्दै गइसकेपछि चाहिँ अहिले चाहिँ आई थिङ्क आई आइडेन्टिफाई माइसेल्फ एज अ रनर.
Have any of you guys done a marathon?
Yeah, I've done a full marathon.
Wow. Then you came in here?
Yeah.
Okay. How was the training process like for that? Must be different to just doing the run club.
Yeah. So the marathon training was 4 months. Okay. So it was basically 16 weeks. So I basically bought this marathon plan and it was 16 weeks long. And in this match, I had 3 training days for the training plan. So I think it was definitely challenging because I feel like marathon ko day ko obviously that was challenging. That you do whole process and training ko for the 16 weeks. That takes dedication as well. About UK where the weather is really, you can't predict the weather there.
No.
So training plan ma kasto dine pani paros, chiso hos, garmi hos. There's no excuses. If you want to perform, you have to like go for it. So I would say it's one of the best experiences I've ever had. The training because it was tough. That end when you finish the marathon, this go arke satisfaction. So I would say it's pretty good.
What was like the harshest conditions that you ran in? All of you guys we can start with Avash side.
I think the hardest one I've done till date is there was this one interval session, the marathon plan and it was like a little faster than what I'm used to. And it was supposed to be tough. I think that's one of the hardest. And I did it indoors as well. And the whole interval kilometers were around 14 kilometers. So 14 kilometers treadmill, it was very tough. I think that's one of the hardest runs I've ever done.
Hardest. I think man have asked harshest.
Like in the conditions.
Weather conditions and all.
Like.
Oh, it's probably just the rain. Like UK go winter just the rain. Yeah.
UK weather is brutal, I think, right?
Yeah, especially about like winter it's pretty chiso.
Winter
chiso and pani parsa. So like I've done like one run like fully wet because of the rain. It's cold and you just want to stop and go indoors. I think that's one of the harshest.
Yeah.
So actually running गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ अस्ति पनि पक्कीसँग रन गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ नि पानी परेको थियो कि त पानी पर्दाखेरि चाहिँ इट्स लाइक इजी किनकि यो हार्ट रेट इज अलरेडी
kind of cools you down.
Cools you down हैन अनि त्यो रिकभरी पनि भइरहेको हुन्छ क्या अनि we did around 14 kilometers हैन त्यो दिन तर मेरो त नी पेनले गर्दाखेरि I had to stop तर हुन्छ नि इन केस नी पेन नभएको भए चाहिँ I would have हुन्छ नि continued easy एकदम easy.
You're cooling yourself off at the same time.
अनि रेनमा पनि actually अलि डिपेन्ड पनि गर्छ होला on the amount of
depends how much it rains.
It's
like drizzling. That's like perfect.
Drizzling is nice.
Because अब त्यो काठमाडौँ म्याराथनमा भएको जस्तै भयो भने त अब that's something else.
Yeah.
तर अलिकति ड्रिजल मात्रै भइरहेको हुन्छ नि the perfect amount.
Yeah.
अलिकति बडीमा परेर we're cooling down as well. अनि मैले चाहिँ actually I searched हुन्छ नि why that happened as well कि किन चाहिँ यस्तो सजिलो भयो भनेर. अनि त्यो चाहिँ रेनले चाहिँ it makes your heart rate go down as well, right?
Okay.
So it calms you down. So it was fun.
Some people find rain so calming. They sit like the rain right and
speaker.
Yeah. We kind of already touched upon this, but we can clearly see that running can be very simple, but it can be also very complicated. And very like particular, but very fine,
Yeah.
What are, I think when it comes to that, they can begin with like a lot of misconceptions. Okay, like so when in reality, like people forget that it's just running. What are some of like the biggest misconceptions that you face surrounding running?
I think I might have one.
Yeah.
About like if there's someone just starting off to starting running, and there's like someone who's already been running for like 3 years, it's equally challenging that the kude pani. So for example, if someone's been running for 3 years and if someone's just starting out, so it's still the same because it's been I think 2.5 or 3 years almost. It's still challenging for me to run certain distance. It's still challenging. I just want them to know ki experience it's still a challenge when you run. So, it doesn't get better over time. It's still hard.
You can still push yourself. Like, there's no threshold.
Yeah, exactly. It's still hard. Like, about weight training, for example, if you can bench, for example, 50 kgs, over time, 50 kg gets easy. About next year, 50 kg is nothing.
Yeah.
About running, like, it's still a challenge because it's still a challenge in a way.
Yeah.
It depends on the pace.
Good days and bad days.
Yeah.
Is it just like you just get used to pushing yourself, Khalgo? Is that the kind of...
Yeah, because equally takes effort. For example, this morning I went for a run. I did 10 kilometers and I found the run so challenging because 10 kilometers run गरिरहेको it doesn't seem a lot भनौँ न in a way तर आज because I ran after almost like properly for after 2 weeks यस्तो कहिले रोडमा कति पछि रन गरेको I struggled like 4th or 5th kilometer मा नै so yeah पगिताले भने
it's still a challenge but good days and bad days
100%.
अरू कुरोमा भए जस्तै
I think running is also seen as like that thing that you do to like lose weight or like burn fat and all of that, right? But I feel like there are so many other benefits to running as well, you know? Talked about the runner's high. I'm sure there's a big mental aspect to it as well, right?
एकदमै
What are some lesser known benefits of running that you've seen in yourself or maybe in the 300 plus people that run with you?
I think त्यस्तो personally चाहिँ I think running can be quite meditative as well, and especially when you're running alone, त्यति बेला चाहिँ it can help you clear your head. यो अलिकति cliche answer नै हो तर it actually helps. And so it help you clear your mind, especially if you're running without headphones. Thanks to Avash ko suggestions haru. Ani so without headphones pani kudne belama there's it's something else. Because ababitra obviously you have so many conversations, so many noises going inside your head that once you start running kudisayeपछि चाहिँ अब it's you versus you वाला कुरा चाहिँ एकदमै prominently देखिन्छ के running मा चाहिँ because it's actually you versus you भन्नाले physically and mentally at the same time. So meditative भन्छु and अलिकति it has helped me gain a bit of clarity in my life.
Do you think, I think running itself has its own benefits and we talked about it, the meditative state and all, but what about like after running in terms of like the way you interact with people, the way you see the world? There's so many changes actually. Yes, like what kind of, I mean, you've been running for 3 years.
Yeah, actually, running for me, actually, basically, it's kind of therapy as well, Pokile, he almost sums it up, sabai kura. Tara jun tyo post run, jun tyo clarity, tyo the run gareko din, it's actually it's a good day. Early morning run garisayasa, your mind is clear, you start getting good thoughts, plan or pani garna सक्छ. So D just gets better running ma चाहिँ.
Do you think when you run in the morning you feel more productive throughout that day?
Yeah,
100%.
You get more stuff done.
Yeah, 100%.
It's kind of like you started off your day by doing something hard.
Yeah.
So अब दिनमा अरू जे challenge आयो भने you can kind of like
do it.
Yeah, do it जस्तो लाग्ने.
Now it's been कस्तो running बिहान गरेन भने day नै doesn't feel unproductive के.
True.
Okay.
त्यो रन गरेको दिन र नगरेको दिन like you can actually see the difference.
You can feel it.
Yeah, you can feel it.
Especially on hard days, जस्तो अब long runsहरूको दिनमा चाहिँ अब plus side and downside पनि छ होला. Plus side is you feel so good after completing that run. You feel good throughout the day. तर downside मेरो लागि चाहिँ is I'm exhausted pretty much the whole day after that.
That's very true. Especially when you're doing long runs, you wake up really super early.
I always need a nap.
That's fair. No, because I feel like whenever like I have a hard gym session or even when I run once every 3-4 months, right? And then I like come back, I'm like super unproductive for the rest of the day because I'm just super tired, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's also a balance. If you run the right amount, like it's the same with working out. If I don't push myself too hard, but I still get a good productive workout in, I get that high of, oh, I achieved something, and I also feel good about the rest of the day. And
Yeah.
I mean, I've been on holiday for 2.5 months, and there was a period in 2 weeks where I just didn't work out, and it just felt like crap, right?
Yeah.
But then there was one day where I didn't do anything, but I worked out in the afternoon, and then after that, my perspective on the whole day changed. I was like, today wasn't that bad of a day. I got something done,
Yeah.
In terms of running, though, if you don't like do it for a long time, do you feel that difference?
Yeah.
And how long does it take for you to recover to like where you were, Khalko?
Yeah, it does.
Because I feel like gym गर्दाखेरि like you gain the muscle back quicker because of muscle memory कि केले गर्दा you get back to where you were in terms of how much you were benching with 50 kilos or whatever. You get back to that quicker if you took time off, right? With running, do you feel like it's the same, or do you feel like you're starting from scratch all over again?
Scratch the bondino, but it definitely takes some time to start getting used to it again. As Avash said, he's been running for 3 years now. About 2 weeks break later, फेरि सुरु गरिसकेपछि उसको लागि टफ हुन्छ. But it's not like you're starting running for the first time. तर it's quite the same actually gymमा. अब यसमा musclesहरु के हुन्छ कसो हुन्छ चाहिँ I'm not sure. तर in terms of हुन्छ नि त्यो being up to take that challenge as well के mentally. अनि मेन्टली पनि अलिकति अब यत्रो कुदेको छैन, यति लामो भइसकेको छ, त्यो सर्टन ब्लकर्सहरु चाहिँ आउने. तर once you start अब कुद्न थाली फेरि once you resume running, त्यसपछि चाहिँ फेरि you get used to it, and त्यसपछि I think you're back to normal in a week.
Yeah,
a week
I would say a week.
Yeah.
What do you do like mentally to like get over those blockers? My eye so not just in running but in life, you know?
Yeah.
How do you guys as runners get over that?
I personally say just suck it up.
Yeah.
Because each morning मलाई अहिलेसम्म पनि कुद्न थालेको I think it's been about almost a year. राम्ररी कुद्न थालेको चाहिँ अब अहिले पनि मलाई बिहान कुद्ने दिन भनिसकेपछि चाहिँ बिहान उठ्ने बित्तिकै I tend to get nervous. It's not about the run. Whatever run it is. Indoors hoस्, outdoors hoस्, hard hoस्, easy hoस्, I tend to get nervous. तर अब अहिले आएर चाहिँ I tend to suck it up. And I just suck it up, just start running, stretch गर्यो, कुद्न गयो. अनि यो रुटिनमै म used to भइसकेको छु कि अहिले आएर चाहिँ. Because I know once त्यो session सकिसकेपछि चाहिँ I'll feel better. So that's how I convince myself.
Yeah. I think it's just like GS अगाडि you gotta face it. I know. I mean, if something's stopping you, you know that's something that's stopping you, right? You just gotta face it and suck it up, do it. And job and that's the satisfaction level is different.
Yeah.
It's challenging when you do it. The reward after is more beneficial.
Not just in the running, though in life as well.
Yeah.
I know if there's something, then if you do it,
it's all about like that satisfaction at the end. If you get over that blocker, you feel that much more satisfied at the end.
Exactly.
If you do something that's easy, that satisfaction really it just doesn't come.
Yeah. Also, I think it builds up funny also. So for example, if there's something that's stopping you, right, and if you overcome that, next time again, you have confidence to actually do it.
I mean, in terms of Artha Run Club, it changed a bunch of people's lives, right? In terms of habits and ritual and just learning how to run, right? Like Prakritartha, for example, he started running through Artha Run Club, right? But then for you, Yash, right? You started running, you and Diana, Avash, you guys were running for 3 years, right? How did Artha Run Club change you guys in terms of running?
Ooh, running.
Good question, man. Good question.
How should go first?
The answer, boys.
Okay.
Artha changed in terms of running.
Yeah, just in terms of running, like how it changed your perspective on running.
Right. Okay. I'll just talk about run clubs in general.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
About like running can be like an individual sport as well. That I think run club or like running with a group, it kind of makes you feel different in a way. As in like there's a difference between doing something hard ekle and doing something hard with a bunch of people. So I think that's how like a run club kind of changed my perception of running. So about some days when I don't want to run alone, if there's like a group with me, I have this extra motivation to run as well. So in a way, I think Nepal, like after we started Artha Run Club, so I think we also not only changed our own perspective of running, that we also helped other people change their perspective of running, that they don't have to do something challenging or start a new sport alone, but they can, do something challenging with someone else as well, as a group.
And I think
a safe place.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like having that safe space, it makes it so much easier because once you're not just holding yourself accountable, because when you hold yourself accountable, you can just be like, oh, it's just me. Nobody knows. When you show up to a club and you got other people watching you,
Yeah.
it pushes you in a good way,
Yeah,
because they're there to encourage you. But you can't just bat down because it's not just you anymore, right?
Yeah.
So I think, what about you, Dai? Yash, like,
Yes.
Okay, for me, it's just running. In terms of running, yeah, I used to run पहिला पनि, before starting Artha Run Club. But I got to learn a lot about running. Run Club आएर चाहिँ met new people. We were into runnings. Say I met Avash, and a bunch of people who were into running.
Okay.
I got to learn a lot about running, how you actually plan your trainings, right? What to look in terms of metrics and everything. And actually, it helped me improve my running as well. And this, as I said, the run group ma run garदाखेरि एक्लै run garदाखेरि there's always an push गर्ने. But so yeah, taught me a lot about running as well.
we kind of touched about it like outside off camera, but let's bring it in here, to get personal. How did you how did your relationship develop?
Through Artha Run Club.
No, just
how
in
did you
general,
met?
like how did you guys meet? How
No.
Hey, a good story. So, Yash Shah ma चाहिँ पहिलेदेखि नै we've been friends since class 11. होइन, so high school बाटै हामी साथी थियौँ. अनि त्यसपछि so we've known each other. We've been हुन्छ नि best friends since then. अनि त्यसपछि हामीले run club सुरु गर्ने भनेर we decided. त्यसपछि we started the run club. अनि त्यसपछि बिस्तारै बिस्तारै नयाँ मान्छेहरू आउन थाल्यो. अनि त्यसपछि 4th or 5th?
5th.
I think 5th. Yeah.
Fifth.
Yeah. So 5th run club चाहिँ happened in विशाल नगरको जाल्पा.
Okay.
अनि 5th मा त्यहाँ चाहिँ अनि त्यसपछि आवास आएको रहेछ त्यहाँ. अनि आवास चाहिँ अब थियो जे होस् उसको एउटा इम्प्रेसन चाहिँ एटलिस्ट द फर्स्ट इम्प्रेसन
Yeah.
चाहिँ he was हुन्छ नि उसको he has his own look which he holds pretty well. उसको मलाई थियो. त्यसपछि अनि एकदमै रनिङ गियरमा थियो कि ऊ चाहिँ.
तपाईँले पनि कपी गरे जस्तै छ.
मैले पनि
होइन अघि नै भर्खर आउनुभन्दा अगाडि कुरा भइरहेको थियो कि सिने च्यानल मैले राख्नुपर्छ.
एआरसी मलाई खायो.
अनि त्यसपछि राइट सो आवासको आफ्नो थियो. अनि त्यसपछि तर अनि त्यसो हामी कुद्न गयौँ. आई थिङ्क प्रि रन त हाई हेलो मात्रै भएको थियो होला हामी सबजनाको.
It was the first time run club.
इज फर्स्ट टाइम. अनि त्यसपछि अब ऊ त अगाडि त्यति बेला त हामीले पेस ग्रुप्सहरू पनि थिएन क्या अरे. ऊ अगाडि थियो, ऊ कुद्ने मान्छे. अब ऊ कहाँ पुगिसकेको थियो. अनि त्यसपछि वी गट ब्याक. अनि बसिसकेपछि चाहिँ हामी कुरा गर्न थाल्यौँ. अनि वी टक विथ आवास. उसँग कफी खाइरहेको थिएँ. अनि त्यसपछि चाहिँ वी फाउन्ड द्याट वी हेभ सम म्युचुअल फ्रेन्ड्सहरू होइन. अनि म्युचुअल फ्रेन्ड्सहरू थियो भनेर थाहा पायौँ. अनि त्यसपछि बिस्तारै चाहिँ वी टक्ड अबाउट हुन्छ नि वाट यु डु यताउता सबै त्यो. अनि त्यो कुरा गर्न थालिसकेपछि चाहिँ हि टोल्ड द्याट हि हुन्छ नि के अरे ह्यान्डल्स हिज फ्यामिली बिजनेस. हिज इन्टु हिज फ्यामिली बिजनेस भनेर भन्यो. त्यसपछि सोध्ने बेलामा चाहिँ उसको भन्दा हुन्छ होइन
नभन्दा पनि हुन्छ जस्तो छ.
हो.
Yeah.
Okay, I think
भन्दा पनि हुन्छ. Okay, that's fine.
are you sure?
Yeah.
And he's a bit private about त्यो कुराहरू चाहिँ. So उसको फ्यामिली बिजनेस चाहिँ युएफओ हो कि होइन. अनि युएफओ हो. अनि त्यसपछि फनी थिङ इज आई मोडल्ड फर युएफओ अबाउट 5 years ब्याक. 2020 र 21मा चाहिँ मैले मोडल गरेको थिएँ. अनि त्यहाँबाट पनि भयो. तर त्यसपछि अब त्यो कुराहरू भइसकेपछि वी फाउन्ड आउट द्याट ही came back from the UK and he worked in Gymshark run clubहरू. अनि त्यसपछि he was into running and he worked in run clubs as well. He हुन्छ नि paced groups in run clubs as well. So he was pretty experienced सबै कुराहरूमा. Everything running or run club को कुरामा he was हुन्छ नि
the guy.
Yeah, the guy. And त्यसपछि besides that he made a pretty good impression on us as well. होइन. सो मान्छे पनि राम्रो लाग्यो. त्यसपछि हामीले धेरै सोच्ने टाइम पनि लिएनौँ आई थिङ्क बिकज हामीले वेन वी ऱ्याप्ड अप त्यो दिनको रन क्लब ऱ्याप अप गरेर हामी गाडीमा बसिसकेपछि चाहिँ द फर्स्ट थिङ आई सेड टु यश वाज लेट्स पुल आवास इन टु द टिम. And त्यसपछि we talked about it, and त्यसपछि आवाससँग हामीले भेटेर we proposed यस्तो गरौँ भनेर, and त्यसपछि त्यहाँबाट चाहिँ Avash joined the team.
Okay. So, Avash, like, what was your first impression of the Run Club and Pakritartha?
Good question.
No pressure.
Good questions.
Obviously, like त्यो बेलामा I just came back to Nepal के UK बाट, अनि obviously उता रनिङ गर्थेँ, अनि I always had this question if I will still run Nepal आएपछि or not, because अब Run Club छ कि छैन and everything. तर गर्दा गर्दा I basically found out about Artha Run Club. अनि त्यो बेला त लाइक फाइनली मेरो लाइक हुन्छ नि इन्ट्रेस्टको के छ भनेर थियो. एन्ड आई थिङ्क फर्स्ट टाइम त म अति नर्भस होइन, अब लाइक एक्लै गइरहेको छु फर्स्ट टाइम. अब लाइक नेपालमा इट वाज लाइक माई फर्स्ट टाइम गोइङ टु लाइक अ सोसियल इभेन्ट टाइपको इन अ वे भनौँ न, सोसियल ग्यादरिङ. अब म एक्लै आइरहेको छु होइन, आई हेभ नो वान विथ मी पनि. सो आएँ फर्स्टमा, अनि आई वाज प्रिटी लाइक इम्प्रेस्ड, लाइक यति मान्छे आएर दे लाइक होस्टिङ इट एभ्री विकेन्ड. सो अभियसली आई वाज लाइक यहाँ चाहिँ एभ्री विक आइराख्नुपर्छ, बिकज त्यो बेलामा आई बेसिकली केम एज अ रनर भनौँ न, टु रन बेसिकली एज रन क्लबमा. सो मेरो दिमागमा त आयो लाइक हुन्छ नि, आई डोन्ट नो मैले कतिको एक्सपेक्ट गरेको थिएँ, तर आई वाज रियली क्युरियस इफ पोस्ट रन, बिकज बाहिर पोस्ट रनको यो जुन कन्सेप्ट छ इट्स लाइक ह्युज नि त. सो अभियसली मलाई चाहिँ आई वाज काइन्ड लाइक आई वान्टेड टु नो यता अर्थले चाहिँ कसरी पोस्ट रन गर्छ होइन. सो आई वाज प्रिटी इम्प्रेस्ड बिकज एभ्री वान स्टेड ब्याक, एभ्री वान वाज ह्याभिङ कफी एन्ड एभ्रिथिङ. सो द्याट्स वेन त्यो पोस्ट रनमै वी बेसिकली ह्याड द कन्भर्सेसन. र त्यस्तो बेलामा आई वाज प्रिटी नर्भस. अनि फर्स्ट टाइम नेपालमा कति पछि ऱ्यान्डम मान्छेहरूसँग बोलिरहेको जस्तो लागिरहेको थियो मलाई, तर या सो इट्स प्रिटी गुड.
And you came alone as well, होइन?
I came alone, yeah. So that was like a big step for me as well.
It's a big risk, I get that.
Yeah. Because I'm not, I would say I'm a bit better. But पहिला चाहिँ like, especially before going to the UK, I was very kept to myself जस्तो. अनि यता पनि obviously नेपालमा कतिपछि आएपछि अब यताको पुरै इज डिफ्रेन्ट नि त. I feel like बाहिर चाहिँ it's very easy to make new friends, होइन? Because everyone's like त्यस्तो. तर नेपालमा कहिले I used to feel this pressure हुन्छ नि, ल यो मान्छे मसँग किन बोल्ला जस्तो लाग्थ्यो कि मलाई चाहिँ. तर रन क्लबमा आएपछि like I didn't feel त्यस्तो. तर
it's weird you say that, because I actually feel the opposite. I feel like it's easier to make friends here because you can just talk to anybody. Like they won't feel weird. I feel like maybe it's because I say Norway people are very nice, right? But to get to know them, they're very like, this is my life, this is your life, and like we don't need each other, let's do our own thing. Once they get to know you, they're very nice people, but they're more like independent khalko. I feel like Nepal ma tyo adai communal khalko cha bhanera. I think that's why communities in Nepal thrive really well, because that's the kind of lifestyle we live in. Like in terms of, even if you look at it in terms of like personal family in the US or in abroad, like it's all about once you're 18 you move out, you're your own person khalko. But then over here it's all about like
family, like
grow the family together, like contribute khalko. So I think that's why communities can really thrive here, as proven.
Exactly.
As proven. Do you remember how many runners were in that one you went to?
I think I would say about a good 25 the first time. When I joined, 25. I was pretty impressed. Like
25.
Because मलाई चाहिँ I was impressed with the social media first मा चाहिँ, because obviously हामीले पनि उता त्यस्तो जस्तो रिल्सहरू हामीले अर्थमा पहिलादेखि हालेको थियो, बाहिर त्यस्तो छैन कि त्यस्तो देखाउँदैन. So it's only like repost normal मान्छेहरू गएको. So I think Run Club अर्थकोमा चाहिँ they already had like few contents up. So त्यसले गरेर चाहिँ obviously it looked like a much friendlier environment. So I was social media impressed. So I think my fifth run गएकोले चाहिँ I think we had about good 25 people. I think मेरो first time run.
Were you going there to get pulled in as a partner, or was that very unexpected?
That was intention too.
You were like, I gotta go, I gotta be the first one to finish, and I gotta get that deal.
No, त्यस्तो त के पनि थिएन. Like म त as I said again, I just went as a normal just to join the community. So मेरो like even after I finished the first run, I think बसिरहेको थिएँ. अनि त्यो बेलामा चाहिँ I was like, oh, finally every Saturday मेरो morning को रुटिन चाहिँ आयो बन्यो आई डिन्ट एक्सपेक्ट त्यस्तो धेरै केही पनि तर या त्यस्तो
So how did you feel when they approached you after that coffee and they were like, "Let's हामी सँगै गरौँ खालको."
I mean, I think it felt good because obviously interest पनि त्यसमै थियो. So I was like, अनि फर्स्टमा कुरा गर्दा obviously they're like really good people. So I was like, yeah, गरौँ.
Was it like an immediate yes, or were you like अलिकति सोचेर like I'll think about it and get back खालको थियो कि?
I think I took some time and त्यसपछि finally I was like, let's do it.
Because which is understandable.
No, I mean it's totally it makes total sense.
Just a couple of days
to
back.
think about it.
Yeah, because I think it was my first week back in Nepal पनि. So obviously धेरै कुरा थियो अनि everything was like making sense. अनि I took some time अनि.
So it was you and Yash Shah that I come up with the idea, right?
Yeah.
So Yash Shah, do you remember that initial conversation where like you guys were kind of brewing that idea? Because that's how it all starts, you know?
Okay, so यस्तो थियो पहिलादेखि नै we wanted to do something नेपालमा सँगै केही गरौँ भन्थ्यो क्या हामीले right, and हामीले चाहिँ I think our first idea was to build a clothing brand होइन त्यसरी थियो होइन अनि अल्सो हुन्छ नि कतै कतै चाहिँ we really wanted to actually build a community as well क्या होइन अनि त्यति बेला रनिङ वाज इन्टु द जोन पहिला उता बाहिरतिर नेपालमा त पिपल युज टु रन तर त्यस्तो हुन्छ नि सँगै रन गर्ने चाहिँ त्यस्तो थिएन कि एन्ड बाहिर चाहिँ वाज बुमिङ रन क्लब चाहिँ बुमिङ पहिला बाहिर चाहिँ होइन अनि इट वाज काइन्ड अफ न्यू थिङ इन नेपाल एज वेल होइन अनि हामी यतिकै बसिरहेको थियो हुन्छ के गरौँ लेट्स डु समथिङ होइन नेपालमा सँगै अब वी हेभ बिन फ्रेन्ड्स होइन केही त गरौँ भन्ने एउटा थियो पहिलादेखि नै सो जस्ट ह्याड टक विथ हिम होइन गरौँ भनेर रन क्लब रन कम्युनिटी अब त्यो पक्कीले भने जस्तै अब आई वाज इन्टु रनिङ त्यति बेला होइन अनि पक्की वाज नट अब आई थिङ्क यसको लागि पनि वाज अ बिग स्टेप टु बी अनेस्ट होइन रन क्लब भन्ने बित्तिकै चाहिँ समथिङ यु हेभ नेभर डन त्यो गर्नको लागि चाहिँ तर कुरा मिल्यो सो के लेट्स डु इट भनेर गऱ्यो एन्ड फनी थिङ इज एक्चुली Artha was not the first name that we actually chose for our run club. Right? It was Evara. Right? I think it has pretty good meaning, pani Sanskrit word. So it's gift of God. And the meaning was gift of God. And हामीले चाहिँ if we're doing something, एउटा meaning चाहिँ होस् for the community भनेर थियो okay. So that's why हामीले चाहिँ name पनि त्यस्तै टाइपको नै खोजिरहेको थियो. But unfortunately, होइन नाम चुज गऱ्यो, we made the Instagram page सबै कुरा तर one thing that we didn't check was अरू पनि Instagram पेजहरू छ कि सेम नेममा भनेर के so and there were multiples एउटा त मल्टिपल नै थियो so we had to delete the account and start looking at the different names त्यति बेला चाहिँ Sanskrit names नै
that's a big setback because you guys had already looking at it in hindsight, it wasn't a big deal. But in the early stages, when you've got everything prepared, names, logos, and Instagram account, and they had to change everything, and it must have been pretty frustrating.
Stressed me, so I was भन्ने बित्तिकै अब that was a big step in itself. होइन त्यो अकाउन्ट बनाउने अब अकाउन्ट बनाउने बित्तिकै त अफिसियल भयो नि त एक हिसाबले इन अ वे अनि त्यो भन्ने बित्तिकै अब हामी यतिकै पनि स्ट्रेस्ड थियौँ त्यसपछि अकाउन्ट अकाउन्ट बनाइसकेपछि एज ही सेड हामीलाई याद आयो टु लुक फर अदर अकाउन्ट्स विथ द सेम नेम एज वेल अनि त्यसपछि गर्ने बेला त्यो भयो त्यसपछि वी ह्याड टु डिलिट इट त्यसपछि प्रेसर अब हामी चाहिँ अब मेबी त्यो प्रेसर एक्सटर्नल प्रेसर त्यस्तो थिएन पनि होला तर वी वान्टेड टु स्टार्ट एज सुन एज पोसिबल सो त्यो एउटा प्रेसर चाहिँ थियो क्या अनि त्यसले गर्दा अब नाम युज गर्न पाएन अब के नाम युज गर्ने भन्दा भन्दै हतार त्यसपछि अनि अर्थ पायौँ आई थिङ्क कहाँ पायौँ हामीले I'm not sure.
I think it was in the Pinterest नै होला हामीले Pinterest मै
Pinterest or ChatGPT.
We actually हामीलाई चाहिँ संस्कृत वर्ड नै मन परिरहेको थियो कि राइट सो बिकज संस्कृत वर्डमा मिनिङहरू पनि धेरै हुन्छ नि त सो इट्स गुड मिनिङ अनि अर्थ भन्ने बित्तिकै अफकोर्स पर्पस मिनिङ भनेर आइहाल्यो सो अनि वी वान्टेड टु कनेक्ट द्याट विथ द हुन्छ नि मान्छेहरूको mindset and everything because
we wanted to send that message.
Everybody has a purpose in life, right? So for me also running bara चाहिँ there's so much things that I learned from running as well, the purpose or the clarity for me, right? So purpose to running, right? So I think our slogan is also purpose in every step. Yeah, so purpose and Artha.
It fit.
सबै कुरा fit भयो.
It kind of worked out.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
worked out.
Personally, I like the second name better, honestly, but like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
got a
actually.
bit more, like beside the meaning and all, the name itself has a bit more to
Wheat.
punch khalko.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
There's a bit more weight.
Yeah.
You like the second name better as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Artha Run Club.
I think एउटा भयो त अलि भन्न पनि अप्ठ्यारो like
because
Artha is like
it would be what ERC.
ERC हो त्यो not ARC right.
But I think अहिलेको like looking at our journey,
Yeah.
I think हाम्रो Artha like purpose in every step like makes so much sense
sense.
जस्तो लाग्यो अहिले चाहिँ.
Yeah.
I think actually एउटा भने चाहिँ I think a lot of मान्छेहरुको नाम पनि हो जस्तो लाग्यो कि एउटा चाहिँ.
त्यो पनि.
Yeah. Maybe. But Artha is actually
Yeah, we're happy. We're happy
happy
with
with
how
it. Yeah.
things turned out.
How long did it take for that, from that initial conversation to actually implement the idea? Let's just say to post that Instagram post to
Oh,
say
just a
we're
week.
hosting this.
yeah.
Just a week.
Yeah, because we had
just a week.
been हुन्छ नि केही गरौँ भनेर त थियो नि त. So once it clicked and it was just like matter of saying yes, no, ल गरौँ भनेर.
Just a week.
This is my personal philosophy, I know, but like even with this podcast, I brainstormed it for a week. नामहरु सबै आयो. I put it on my Instagram. I'm looking to start a podcast. नामहरु के हाल्नु मिल्छ सबै, like I did it all publicly. And I think that was the best way to go about it, because if I held it private or if I didn't start an Instagram account, right now, I probably wouldn't have done it because I would have thought about it for too long. I would have overthought it and been like, what am I doing? It's not going to work. Whereas, ठ्याक्कै त्यो एक हप्तामा सुरु गरेपछि त like, one, you feel like there's no going back because you put it public. And two,
Exactly.
it's like, you might as well go all the way now.
Yeah. Because it's so easy to keep planning.
Yeah.
Once I need to keep analyzing all possibilities and everything. So once I need, as you said, एकदमै अर्थको थ्रु पनि आई थिङ्क थाहा पायो होला कि हुन्छ नि, if you want to start something important, or if you want to do something that might be important for you, एकदमै start गरिहाल्नु पर्ने रहेछ कि.
You just have to take the first step.
Exactly.
This was everything is gonna fall.
This what you're going to run,
place,
right?
yeah.
Gonna run, exactly.
Yeah, just run.
Exactly. So Artha means purpose, right?
Yeah.
And I think purpose can change over time, and like what you intend to do at the start and what you intend to do now
Yeah.
changes. And how is your personal Artha changed over time?
My personal Artha. So, good question. So personal Artha as in, what do you mean in terms of
Like
my purpose with the club or my purpose with life in general?
purpose of life in general.
Purpose with life.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's a deep one. So purpose in life. अब यो क्लबले गर्दा स्पेसली होइन, अब यो क्लबले गर्दा अभियसली अर्थ भन्ने नाम चाहिँ एकदमै इम्पोर्टेन्ट भएको छ आफ्नो लागि. हुन्छ नि, द होल आइडिया अफ पर्पस, द होल आइडिया अफ हुन्छ नि अर्थ एन्ड एभ्रिथिङ. सो त्यसले गर्दा चाहिँ बिस्तारै आई डोन्ट नो हाउ टु आन्सर दिस, तर सुरुमा चाहिँ माई पर्पस or let's say my Artha was to हुन्छ नि become better एक हिसाबले, because at one point in my life I was at a pretty हुन्छ नि bad situation. I was in a pretty bad situation. त्यसले गर्दा चाहिँ त्यो बेलामा चाहिँ I just needed हुन्छ नि something to get out of it. I just needed to get out. अनि त्यसपछि त्यो बेलामा एउटा त्यो पर्पस थियो, अनि त्यसपछि त्यहाँबाट निस्किन पायो. अनि निस्किन पाइसकेपछि चाहिँ हामीले यो अर्थ रन क्लब पनि सुरु गऱ्यौँ. अनि थ्रु अर्थ रन क्लब चाहिँ we've seen possibilities of हुन्छ नि maybe making someone else's life better as well. होइन, through the community hosts or through अलिकति personal level मै गएर हुन्छ कि. So त्यसरी चाहिँ purpose shift was. I'm not sure if it answers the
No,
question or
it
not.
totally
but,
makes sense. It totally makes
But yeah,
from like त्यो personal भन्दा पनि अर्कोको
yeah,
your purpose is to help other people find their purpose.
yeah, yeah, kind of.
Yeah. What about you? Yes, like.
Okay, so
सोच्ने टाइम पायो तिमीहरूले.
so आन्सर खासै त छैन त्यो, तर पनि so for purpose चाहिँ I think it's not been about, honestly, you're a certain age now because you really don't know what to do in your life, right? And your purpose ni ke ho भन्ने पनि थाहा हुँदैन, because it's always हुन्छ नि at certain age हुन्छ नि your life is guided basically हुन्छ नि family, you study this, you do this, that, right? So I think it was like around 3 years back. I started. I was really into self-improvement. And self-improvement.
Self-improvement.
Yeah, self-improvement, personal development as well. And I used to read a lot of books, right? And I used to listen to a lot of podcasts. I gained a lot of knowledge at that time, and I got to know about how you should actually structure your life, and push yourself. You have to work hard to actually achieve what you want to achieve, right? So this is your purpose. Actually, it really changes. When you're starting, your goal is something, right? And once you're at that stage, your goal becomes again bigger and again a lot more better. So it always shifts our goal and purpose, but at the end, it's all about improving yourself, right, and being a better version of yourself.
Yep. That's good.
Good one.
What about you, Avash? You can't get away. Can't get away. Best for last.
Okay. Like following up on what Pakita and Yash Shah said, purpose for me is kind of like I think beats ma yo narrative we kind of pushed Run ko start ma about how purpose is different for everyone, so like through Artha, like when we talk about purpose and when we push this narrative about purpose in every step, it doesn't only mean running ko aspect ma ke. So it can be with life in general. About like self-improvement. Some people like they just wanna start fitness for the first time. Yeah. So that's like one purpose why they're doing something.
Yeah.
So I think about मेरो life through obviously मेरो after purpose is also improving in whatever I want to do, whether it be my career or like life in general, I think about Run Club ko through purpose I think we've kind of helped a lot of people connect and also like bring this whole ideology about like a sense of community manchele. So I think we have achieved what Artha stands for, like trying to bring a certain purpose sabelai. So yeah, I think
with the whole brand and the emphasis on Artha and purpose, I think it's really important because sometimes we get lost in life. We have all these small tasks to do.
Yeah.
We forget what we actually want to be, what our purpose is.
Yeah.
We go to work, we go to school, come home, homework, cook food, whatnot, right? And then that's the day over and it's the same. And then the weekend comes and the weekend is all about resting or partying or whatever, right? And then we lose sight of what the actual purpose is or what we want our purpose to be, right? And I think your brand actually serves as a reminder, not just as a form of running, but just to be like, and I think hosting here on like a Saturday as well, like kind of during that period to reset, people can actually think during those runs of like, not just what work do I have to do, what am I doing on Monday morning, but actually where do I want to go?
Yeah.
And then that's
Excellent. Manav. So what about you?
Mero purpose.
How has your purpose changed?
So mero purpose, like when I was younger, it was all about like you got to be successful, and then successful was always for me. It always seemed to be like you got to make money, You've got to make money. You've got to be self-sustaining. Yeah. But you also got to. The more money you have, the more successful you are. As a child, I think we all think that, and I was a big believer in that. And because of that, I was like, I have to go into a career that makes a lot of money. I have to be comfortable, blah, blah. But I think now my purpose has changed to the point where I don't want to make myself happy, and I want to make other people happy with what I do, right?
Yeah.
Because if I just make myself happy, it can be very selfish. It can be harming other people, and it can be harming myself. I think just to stay fit, to stay active, but to just stay happy and to help spread that happiness. You know? I think that's very key for me. And I think that's why I started this podcast as well, was because there's a point in my life where I was feeling very down because I didn't feel like I had a purpose. Okay? And then when I was talking to people, I realized that sometimes people can feel lost, but eventually they grow and they find their purpose. And I think through a podcast, I want to cover those stories. Okay? Like, not everybody had it figured out at all times. Not everybody has it guided. And some people are at the bottom at times. Everybody should be at the bottom at times. No matter if you're born rich, poor, in a certain country, it doesn't matter. Everybody faces their own bottom. And when they grow and they find their purpose, what they learn at the bottom, it helps them move forward. Then that's my philosophy, and my purpose is to spread it.
That's a really good one. That's a really good one.
Right.
Because I mean, the narrative we try to share, especially through Run Club, about purposes. Your purpose with life or anything in general, it doesn't necessarily need to be something big always. It can be small, sano artha or sano purpose as well. For example, coming to Run Club, they're into self-improvement. They come to run. They want to start their fitness journey, or so a purpose, as Avash said, as you said, subjective huncha sabjanako lai. Ani we try to share the message ki it doesn't always have to be big.
And also, I think your purpose, and I think it changes in which stage of life you are. So it's different for now over a lot of early 20s go, like I'm a youth, so like say what you think is you have to be successful, right? You have to earn money, right? And once you get that, and once you start family, then your purpose shifts. And this was you have to show up for a family, right? You have to be there for a family. So it's all about the stage of life that you are.
I agree.
And I think those times of changes are the most difficult. But it's when you shift your purpose, because you think that for your entire life, you plan your whole life around this one purpose. And then all of a sudden it changes and you kind of freak out and you don't know what to do, right? And I think that's where a lot of growth happens, because you take what you learned and you just move forward with your different purposes. But I think what I'm hearing now is like, it's to strive towards something, but not to fixate on it, and because it's dynamic and it changes. And
exactly. I mean, it's life.
In terms of when you guys started the club, right? You guys probably had certain expectations of what you wanted to achieve, right? What were those initial expectations, and then how did those expectations change until, like, let's say now? Like, what are your expectations now compared to what were your expectations when you first started?
So the main goal was always community, and so need to build one big, small, doesn't matter. It was to build a lovely community where people can come, they can run, they can spend time, meet new people. Generally, just to create a safe space for people who want to start running or who are already running. So community aspect, I think we've been able to achieve that. And so we've been able to push that message about how community is important, how it can be beautiful to people. Ani tyo hamro core goal ho always, since the beginning. Ani त्यसपछि अर्को भनाइ चाहिँ was to build the community in terms of the people we have or the people we host every week. So सुरुमा, as you already know, हामीले अन्नपूर्णबाट स्टार्ट गरेका थियौँ. So we had 11 people, सबै close friends and family थियो त्यति बेला चाहिँ. त्यो रनमा चाहिँ एक्चुअली म पनि थिइनँ, सो यश मात्रै थियो. I couldn't join. हैन, त्यसपछि फ्रेन्ड्स एन्ड फ्यामिली थियो. अनि बिस्तारै मान्छेहरू बढ्दै गयो. त्यसपछि we had 40 people, then 50, then 100, त्यसपछि 200, अस्ति नै 500. सो बिस्तारै मान्छेहरू बढ्दै गयो. अनि त्यो पनि हामीले अब भनौँ न organically नै आएको सबै मान्छेहरू. We're not trying to, we're not हाम्रो content hosts or मान्छेहरूलाई hosts, we're not forcing anyone to come. But through your community वाला message ले चाहिँ त्यसमा पनि अलिकति सक्सेसफुल चाहिँ हुन सक्यौँ कि to हुन्छ नि pull new people in. अब as same as Avash, people so young, अब class 8 होला सबसे यङ्गेस्ट अहिलेसम्म. अब क्लास 8 को त्यसपछि भर्खरै 10 पास गरेर बसेको भाइहरू पिपल हुन्छ नि द्याट एज उनीहरू पनि एक्लै आएर हुन्छ कि कोही कोही जस्ट टु ह्याङ अराउन्ड जस्ट टु मिट न्यू पिपल. अनि द्याट्स हुन्छ नि समथिङ रियली इन्सपायरिङ कन्सिडरिङ अब अल अफ अस होइन हामी तिनैजना अलिकति इन्ट्रोभर्टेड हल्का पहिले जति छैन होला तर थ्रु द क्लब अहिले अलिकति इम्प्रुभ भएको छ तर पहिले चाहिँ अलिकति इन्ट्रोभर्टेड थियौँ. सो आई डोन्ट इमेजिन माइसेल्फ म यो अर्थ रन क्लबमा इन्भल्भ नभएको भए आई डोन्ट इमेजिन माइसेल्फ कमिङ टु रन क्लब अलोन.
That's a big step to be honest. यत्रो क्राउडमा होइन पहिला त ओके 20-25 people हुन्छ डजन्ट म्याटर तर नाउ इट्स लाइक ह्युज नि त. नर्मली 300 people त आइरहेको हुन्छ तर यु कमिङ अलोन देयर एभ्री वान हेज देयर ओन लाइक मान्छेहरू त युआर देयर अलोन. द्याट्स एक्चुली अ बिग स्टेप के. एन्ड आई थिङ्क द्याट्स अ बिग विन फर अस एज वेल टु हुन्छ नि क्रिएट अ कम्युनिटी वेयर people really want to get out of their comfort zone.
Yeah, I mean that was our biggest expectation. Too back though, but obviously we wanted to build a brand. That was Suruma Run Club by say, but we kind of hit pause on the whole clothing brand thing.
Yeah,
and we wanted to focus on what we had, what we were trying to build. अनि बिस्तारै रन क्लब प्रोग्रेस हुँदै गइसकेपछि यो भइसकेपछि चाहिँ बिस्तारै अरू एक्सपेक्टेसन्सहरू पनि आउन थाल्यो. फर इक्जाम्पल दिज हुन्छ नि स्मल इभेन्ट्स अर दिज काइन्ड अफ बिग इभेन्ट्स द्याट वी हेभ हाम्रो एनिभर्सरीको बेलामा अर द रन एन्ड रेभ थिङ वी डु दिज आर अल न्यू थिङ्स. त्यसपछि बिस्तारै अब जति ग्रो हुँदै गयो कुनै कुरा पनि जति ग्रो हुँदै गयो त्यही अनुसारले चाहिँ एक्सपेक्टेसन्सहरू बढ्दै जाने रहेछ. बिकज एज अफ नाउ वी हेभ so many people to basically who we are accountable to.
Yeah. In terms of the clothing brand, right? Do you see yourself opening a clothing brand alongside the Run Club, or is it just basic merch?
Ahilelai चाहिँ basic merch नै छ. तर yes, our plan is definitely to हुन्छ नि to introduce a proper clothing brand.
Yeah,
clothing as a running brand.
Yeah, more of a running curating
brand.
To running.
Yeah, curating to
it's like a running niche. You kind of want to. Also, as of now, we've launched few products. So yeah, I think it's mostly it's running specific,
Yeah.
So as of now, there are maybe in the future when we do launch other products, it's mostly going to be towards
running.
Yeah. And that makes the most sense.
Yeah.
That's your target audience, right?
Yeah.
In terms of growing that audience, right? I think you guys do a really good job of maintaining the community you have while also remaining open to newcomers, right? I think sometimes people grow a large community. I mean, 300 people is no joke, right? And sometimes that gets closed off and it's a tight community and like the entering or not like the off shadow in it, but whenever I hear about Artha Run Club, whenever I see what you guys put, you guys are always looking open. You're not just you guys, but your whole community you've developed is always open to new runners, and you guys have got sweepers and all of that just to make it so it's beginner friendly and everything, right? And I think that helps you guys not just maintain a community but also grow it, right? In your eyes, though, because you're the guys dealing with it, right? How were you able to grow into such a big community in just over a year?
Geez, I don't think there's a specific how as to why we did it.
Actually,
how we did it.
Actually, the amount of people that actually come in our Run Club, actually, we were also amazed on the Saturday in the morning, right? At some point, it was our goal to reach here. The amount of growth that we have in this 1 year, we were also like amazed to see this much of
it was
growth.
pretty unexpected because we're running away in the end. Running in Gordon, especially, I was especially surprised during winter. And in winter, we expected the numbers to go down. Because बिहान अब उठेर आउन गाह्रो हुन्छ मान्छेहरूलाई भनेर हामीलाई पनि गाह्रो हुन्थ्यो पनि बेला त. तर विन्टरमा चाहिँ surprisingly the numbers went up.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that's when we saw the most growth.
Exactly.
Growth चाहिँ विन्टरको पिरियडमा चाहिँ we saw the most.
अनि विन्टरमा त्यस्तो देखिसकेपछि चाहिँ it was pretty easy for us to figure out कि समरमा चाहिँ अब झन् धेरै नै हुन्छ भनेर. अनि so as I said, एउटा specific how भन्ने चाहिँ छैन. But I think हुन्छ नि हाम्रो the message we try to share त्यसपछि the inclusiveness होइन of our run club and त्यसपछि whatever we try to do in terms of running as well, peace groups introduce गर्ने त्यसपछि sweepersहरू राख्ने यो सबै कुराहरू चाहिँ and especially our content as well, hats off to Yash हाम्रो content चाहिँ अनि यो सबै कुराहरू चाहिँ हुन्छ नि it came together and त्यसले चाहिँ यो growth दियो जस्तो लाग्छ कि all of it together. एउटा specific reason छैन सबै कुरा गरेर चाहिँ बिस्तारै
Mix of everything.
Yeah, mix of everything.
It's what you do in person, but it's also how you promote it online and kind of spread that message throughout, right?
Yeah.
How vital, because a lot of people also say that one of your main growth factors was also word of mouth, right?
Yeah.
How essential do you think that was?
Word of mouth.
Yeah.
Word of mouth.
I feel like it's very influential, especially in Nepalमा पनि.
Especially
अहिले.
Nepalमा.
Yeah.
I think अब कस्तो हुन्छ भने चाहिँ अब कति like even now run clubमा I think social media plays a huge part हामीलाई, that it's also like word of mouth पनि. For example, if I go alone अहिले, if I'm a new runner Artha Run Clubमा, अब if my friends don't know about Artha Run Club, म भन्छु नि म Saturday यस्तो ठाउँमा गएको छु, यसलाई यति धेरै मान्छे आउँछ, it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I think अब कोलाई अब कति
perspective.
के त कति कहिले त अब सोसियल मिडियाले अब कसकोमा आउँछ कसकोमा आउँदैन नि, तर स्टिल अब समन एकजना गएछ भने लाइक स्पेसली आफ्नो क्लोज फ्रेन्ड ग्रुपमा त कुरा त भइहाल्छ नि. So I think word of mouth does play a huge role.
Yeah, word of mouth, I think it plays a huge role.
Yeah, because as you said, especially in terms of Nepal, everyone knows everyone. So त्यसले गर्दा चाहिँ word of mouth पनि has played a big role.
Yeah.
Social media पनि it has. अनि तर word of mouth बाट पनि त्यत्तिकै नै मान्छेहरू आएको छ हाम्रोमा.
I was like, to be honest, the way I heard about you guys was word of mouth. And Sefina did भनेको थियो.
हजुर.
Then one of my cousins goes running there.
Yeah.
He's become a big runner now.
Vatsal.
Yeah, Vatsal.
Yeah,
Vatsal. I
Vatsal.
like. Before I left, he was like all about weightlifting and all, and now he's like runner.
Yeah.
He's a big runner. And then I was like, I talked to him, and
super shoes
so
as well.
yeah, I think word of mouth can be very valuable. And as a potential customer, right? If I were to go to a run club on my own, it can be very scary, right?
Yeah.
But with word of mouth, I know now that Batsadai goes, right? So then I'm more likely to go because I won't be alone there. There'll be somebody I know, somebody to guide me, and I can go. I was really planning on coming, but I kept on sleeping. I had no excuses though. If I come back in December, I think I'll definitely come at least once.
I think you're here till the 11th, right?
Yeah.
Come this Saturday.
Come this Saturday.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Sake bhane aunchu.
I'll ask Batsal to
wake me
pick
up.
you up.
Batsal, I loves to wake me up. Well, a funny story actually. I was homeschool garte. So with homeschool, I didn't have to wake up at any particular time. It was like homework every day. So I could wake up any time and do homework. Then Patsadai, just to piss me off on his way to school or college, he'd come by my house, he'd wake me up, he'd take the blanket off and then leave. Just for no reason. So maybe he'll bring me. I'll let him know.
Yeah.
I think there's a moment whenever you're creating something like this where you realize that there's something special that you've created and there's potential for something really big, right? Because what it sounds like, you guys just started it for fun, right? Like you guys were just inviting your family and friends, and you were like, of course, there are those dreams of we want to make it big, but that wasn't like it wasn't guaranteed. It was the same with this podcast. I didn't think I had anything, but like I told you guys I was recording on my own, and I figured that I was like, this is fun. I'm just doing it for fun. When I get bored, I'll stop. But now it's gotten to the point where I realized that there's some possibility that I should actually work on it.
Yeah.
What do you remember that particular moment, whether it was a particular run club or a particular social media post where you realized that, oh, this is gonna go somewhere? It might be different for all three of you, so just go around the table.
So I think we all have one.
Yeah, we do.
I think Avash. Okay, let's start. Oh, shall I start?
Okay, I can. Okay. So for me, Alisama, we've hosted big runs like with many people. The one that really still holds a special place in my heart is the first pump collab we did. So we basically hosted a pump collab, and that's after we had a bunch of different activities and stuff. And games are खेलाको थियो हामीले. अनि मलाई चाहिँ that it moment was the group photo for the first pump collab. I think it was the first run club when we crossed 100 people, I think. So we hosted around 130 people. And 130 was like so I think for me it was definitely the first pump collab. That was the first group photo. Like the pump collab group photo. That's like was the moment when I thought, oh shit, yeah.
Okay, so I think for me, it was on our anniversary. Anniversary nice. So because it was so many people that actually showed up on that day, and I have this particular time cost about our international club. I'm like group photo the camera guy and raw. Sometimes us pani we go एउटा त्यो माथिपट्टि एउटा बाल्कनी जस्तो छ के from there we take the group photo, right? And त्यहाँ जाँदाखेरि चाहिँ the amount of people that is हुन्छ नि that they were in the garden, it was like out of this world नै थियो के. So many people that you and I remember Raj bhai isn't our photographer, his name is Raj, उसले चाहिँ दाइ क्यामेरामै अटेन मान्छेहरू भनेर थियो के, right? So it was at that time I felt like हुन्छ नि looking at 1 year, like consistently showing up in every Saturday. Wow, it was a wow moment. Like Artha is actually grown into a big community.
I think I saw that photo, okay, and I was like, this is incredible. Like having that many people, and it's not like. It looked like I'm a school photo, like I'm a whole school photo. I was like, wow. I was just imagining, like if we had our entire school running the streets, like that's incredible.
Yeah.
And to have impacted that many people to the point where they're willing to. Having 350 people wake up to come run with you guys is no joke,
It's no joke.
On a Saturday morning at 6:30, that's
that's
truly something.
Once a shift in culture as well, because I see people. When we were 18, 19, Botker college suru गर्ने बेलामा त्यति बेला चाहिँ अब हाम्रो कल्चर त्यही नै थियो. Usually every Friday or every other Friday कोही न कोही साथीहरू बाहिर निस्किरहेको हुन्थ्यो अनि त्यसपछि we have a night out at Thomal or wherever. अनि हाम्रो त्यही नै थियो कल्चर. अनि हाम्रो रुटिन नै त्यही थियो. फ्राइडे भन्ने बित्तिकै केही न केही प्लान चाहिँ भइरहेको हुन्थ्यो कि अलवेज. तर अहिले चाहिँ शिफ्ट चाहिँ के देख्यौँ भने अब अभियसली अहिले त हामीले आफैले त गर्दैनौँ, तर अरू मान्छेहरूमा पनि our age or people younger, this 18, 19, त्यही बेलाको, अनि उनीहरू चाहिँ they avoid Friday nights, and they avoid going to clubs, going to bars, going to drink, basically, just so that they can join Artha Run Club the next day. So त्यो shift in culture चाहिँ I personally think that the first the parents of all these people should thank Artha Run Club for this shift in culture.
It's not any, all the comments are from my moms and dads. Thanks, changed my son's life.
Yeah, because it a good incentive पायो होला के मान्छेहरूले पनि. अब हामीले अब त्यहाँ त्यही अब I can't speak for them, we can't speak for them, तर त्यो रन क्लब जानुपर्छ भनेर नाइट आउटहरू नजाने यताउता नगर्ने, त्यसपछि रन क्लब आएन भने you have run club friends as well who you tend to be accountable to, होइन, त्यसपछि आएन भनिसकेपछि आएन त्यस्तो पनि हुन्छ. तर त्यो shift in culture is हुन्छ नि pretty amazing to see as well. There are people who go to clubs and go clubbing and त्यसपछि भित्र चाहिँ either Arthako लागेको हुन्छ t-shirt or कुनै running t-shirt लागेको हुन्छ and त्यसपछि they come straight to Artha Run Club from clubbing after clubbing.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's be real. Like you go out drinking and dancing till 5 a.m. Take a quick hour power nap and then you run 6 kilometers.
Exactly. Power nap पनि लिन्छ जस्तो लाग्दैन कोही कोहीले चाहिँ they come
straight to club
hopping.
Double party.
Yeah, some club in Tamil to Artha Run Club.
Yeah, club hopping ni bhayo.
Club hopping ni bhayo.
Jesus Christ. That is crazy.
Yeah.
I think you touched upon this, but it's all about that cultural change, right? And through your community, you built a big cultural shift, right? To the point where other people are also opening their own run clubs. Running is becoming more popular, just not on trails, but like on the road as well, right? I think there are a lot of misconceptions with running, right? Like the best runners are the fastest, or like people with disabilities cannot run, and there are so many different misconceptions, right? With your community, how do you aim to like combat these misconceptions?
अब inclusive बनाउने त हाम्रो एउटा गोल छँदैछ होइन. त्यसपछि we try to exactly अब हामीले हुन्छ नि एउटा यो स्पेसिफिक कम्युनिटीलाई फोकस गरौँ और उसलाई गरौँ भनेर छैन. People come अनि I think the one thing we're good at is treating everyone equal. हुन्छ नि जो आयो भने पनि. अब हाम्रोमा in terms of disability कुद्न मिल्ने नमिल्ने, I think another run club called Meltdown, उहाँहरूकोमा चाहिँ देखाएको थिएँ मैले. There's this एउटा some organizationले चाहिँ they brought disabled people in अनि they ran the whole way. So which was pretty cool to see. So that proves that anyone can run. हाम्रो run club मा पनि अब हामीले I haven't seen any हुन्छ नि similar organizations bring in हुन्छ नि disabled people. तर हामीले we've seen age को कुरा गर्ने हो भने चाहिँ we've seen हुन्छ नि अलिकति बुढै दाइहरू और आन्टिजहरू आउनु भएको छ. अनि one funny story with aunties, उहाँहरू आउनु भएको थियो. त्यसपछि it was a हुन्छ नि it was a group of I think 8 to 10 aunties अनि आउनु भयो. अनि त्यसपछि I was announcing base groups. त्यति बेला we were dividing into base groups. अनि आन्टीहरूलाई यस्तो देखेँ अनि देखिसकेपछि चाहिँ I said आज चाहिँ एउटा वकिङ ग्रुप पनि राख्नु पर्ला है भनेर मैले त्यो भने. अनि they found out they knew that I was हुन्छ नि talking about them. वकिङ ग्रुप पनि राख्नु पर्ला भनेर मैले भने. अनि त्यसपछि मलाई कराउनु भयो. हामी हेर्न आएको, हामी कुद्न आएको भनेर मलाई कराउनु भयो होइन. अनि त्यसपछि अब त्यस्तो आन्टीहरू अनि त्यस्तै दाइहरू we've seen यत्रो अलि पुच्चेहरूदेखि आन्टीहरू अङ्कलहरू कुदिराख्नु भएको छ. So it's अब त्यही it just proves that anyone can run.
And I think we try to push that narrative as well. That is, it's open and it's like a safe space for anyone to come.
Free and open for all.
Certain people they love the community so much that you don't even have to run. Sometimes you can just chill. So like post run, we emphasize on post run a lot. The whole there are people. I mean, I'm a run club. I think the last group is in by 8 o'clock. There are still people till 9:30 because post run whole experience is different. So I think we've done a good job.
I see it. You guys hired a DJ, you have 2 big ass speakers, and everyone's dancing in the garden. What is this, man? Like
it's all like we're kind of like giving back to the community. Like who've helped us grow so much.
And it makes it more like enjoyable as well. To like obviously when you run, the reward is to finish, but then you gotta just putting that reward on steroids and like, here you go.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy because especially considering Parkour kudera pani aako huncha, you're just dancing on coffee.
Yeah.
And coffee khaera. त्यसपछि त्यो it was really amazing to see.
I was also thinking, like these people run 6 kilometers, they come, they're not tired, they're drinking coffee and dancing like
early in the morning as well.
9:30.
I know our the DJ starts playing at 7:30 a.m.
Wow.
Imagine.
Incredible. Just hear it as you go around.
It's like a whole new thing.
Right?
My one question is though, I think it's kind of touched upon, right? But what made you guys choose to host it on Saturday mornings? Because in my logical thinking, like people go out on Friday, right? In my thought, I would think it would be more logical to host it on, let's say, a Sunday, where it's like the start of the week. Everyone kind of has to get back to it anyway, What made you guys choose Saturday? Because I feel like there is a particular reason.
I would say, first of all, it's the safety of people on the road. For example, Saturday is the only day when our Nepal Mata side is only off day neither. So that's when the least amount of cars are there on the road. So I think that's one of the important factors. Hamle Saturday gareko pani, so that there's less cars and less traffic, so we don't disrupt the streets a lot as well.
True.
So I think Saturday ko main reason is obviously
the safety.
The safety of people. And I think Saturday orko wayma maybe when you guys thought ki
Post run.
Post run
was one of the after
post runs, but we just wanted people to meet new people, connect, and just relax after the run. And usually weekdays everyone's in a rush. Everyone's everyone leaves at least by before 8 a.m. And Saturday we have that time pounds and the to just have coffee, breakfast, hang around. So post run pani one of the main reasons.
I think one of the main goal of building this community was to emphasize more on post run pani. Not just a place where you just come, run and go home. त्यो भन्दा पनि पोर्सन ट्राई मिट न्यू पिपल नेटवर्किङ पनि हुन्छ राइट अनि त्यो किनकि वी हेभ मेड अ लट अफ न्यू पिपल फ्रम रन क्लब राइट सो त्यही भएर पनि पोस्ट रन इज अल्सो वान अफ द मेन थिङ्स
because I think you guys have a big emphasis on community building, right? And I think yes, when you run with people you bond with them, but like after the running as well, to sit there and have a coffee for an hour to dance, like that's where real friendships are made, I think.
Exactly.
To give that extra time beyond why you're just there. You're there to run, but then you're staying to hang out with all these people.
True.
I mean, it's pretty... Sorry, Manav. I mean, it's pretty dynamic when the whole Run Club idea. अब हामीले नै त यो आइडिया निकालेको होइन obviously, but यो इम्प्लिमेन्ट गरिसकेपछि it's pretty dynamic because अब if you want to improve your running, त्यसको लागि पनि Run Club is a pretty good place to do it, because तिम्रो peace groupsहरू छ, you start from the bottom, त्यसपछि बिस्तारै बिस्तारै improve गरिसकेपछि चाहिँ you reach the fastest base group. So त्यो एउटा छ. अनि त्यसपछि ल होइन कुद्ने मात्रै होइन, I want to meet new people, I want to make some connections. So त्यसको लागि मात्रै आउने हो भने पनि that's fine as well. So the idea is pretty dynamic, and it's pretty cool to see people make new friends. For example, हामीले नै being organizers, हामीले भेट्यौँ आवाशलाई. त्यसपछि we've seen people who've become not just friends but business partners as well.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, through the club. So this is to देख्दा चाहिँ it's pretty cool to see, because you see people एकदमै कुद्ने आएको मान्छेहरू पनि हुन्छ. For example, कहिलेकाहीँ आर्मीको त्यो क्याडेट्सहरू उहाँहरू पनि आइरह हुन्छ होइन. अनि त्यसपछि युसी अब यस्तै मैले भने जस्तै क्लास 10 पास गरेको 8 पास गरेको मान्छेहरू who just come to for the experience.
Yeah, and I think also like about Nepalमा चाहिँ कस्तो हो when you want to hang out with your friends.
Yeah.
मैले चाहिँ देखेको where do you go, restaurant, cafe. That's the only thing. That's the only group activity you can do. अब बाहिर त भनौँ if you can go for to do other activities. तर नेपालमा त्यो नभएकोले चाहिँ I think we've been able to host like एउटा thing that अब भनौँ न anything that's just different than just going to a restaurant and eating when you meet your friends. So I think we see a lot of like group of friends that come together. हुन्छ नि केटाकेटीहरू सँगै आउँछ. And it's kind of like their उनीहरूको social gathering for the week is basically run club मा के. Instead of going to the restaurant, they do a run and they can chill after the run as well.
Which is arguably better, right?
So in a way like हुन्छ नि it's something different. It has the same हुन्छ नि touch तर अलिक different way मा.
Avasa, we talked about it in Gymshark and you used to run clubs there. So you know what the run club scene looks like globally as well to some degree, right? How does Artha Run Club, what sets them apart?
I feel like Baira, it's kind of like very similar. That I'm really like impressed on how we have been able to bring our Jun Amle Baira Deksani to Nepal, or even better, I would say. I was kind of like the sense of community even I was like kind of not sure if we'll be able to bring that sense of community aile Nepalma. That being able to do that is really good. And I think we've covered more than what other run clubs do outside. For example, like run and rave and everything. So it's kind of like Aurule run life focus karsa and maybe post run gardena. That it's kind of like we try to do what's best for the community. So we have been able to give back to the community in different ways. Sometimes we throw run and rave, and we have like different collabs as well. That we try to give a lot of benefit to the audience, our audience basically, to the community.
It's our number one priority. As a run club to provide something to the community. We're just striving to do something good for the club.
Yep.
And I think because your emphasis on community, I think you guys also have a lot of personal connections in that community as well, right? That you know a lot of the runners and you probably have seen them grow, whether they started 6 months ago, a year ago, a month ago. You can see them change, not just in terms of what pace group they're in, but them as a person. I know whether they're more confident speaking, whether they're more likely to dance or something. How I think these days, because of social media, fitness is sold as like a quick way to like transform your body, transform your life, and get what you want to always like be in it instead of like a healthy lifestyle, which it is, because once you get hooked, it's like it kind of becomes your life and you're kind of dedicated and it changes you, not just putting aside time to go to the gym or go for a run or join the run club, but you also got to then fix your sleep.
Yeah.
You got to eat properly. You got to drink more water. And you got to watch different things that usually you probably wouldn't care about, right? What kind of personal changes have you guys seen in your community?
I think the best example would be our athletes. Progress.
A good one.
So, do you guys want to talk about it? So we basically have 2 brothers, Rokai brothers, Anurag and Riturag. So they're basically they're basically our first Artha athletes, so unarko progress I mean, there are a lot of people who've progressed our run club ma. They're like the first ones that put an impression on us. So
almost impossible,
so
the level of progress they've made.
So they started running, I think last year, October. October. I think that's when they first came to our run club. And I think that was the first time running on the road and everything. So when they started the run, and the progress that they've made is insane. So they've done like multiple half marathons, full marathons. I mean,
उनीहरूले पनि एउटा challenge गरेको थियो हैन, where it was like 7 half marathons,
7 half marathons, 7 days.
a week, right?
So to think about it, like a half marathon is already really long.
Crazy, yeah.
It's 21 kilometers. It's pretty long. I need to be like to be able to do 7 of them, like one after the other.
Yeah.
It's pretty insane. So yeah, I think they're the first ones that made a good impression on us.
Yeah. Because they've grown as well. They're pretty young. I think the older one is
21, I think.
20
21,
or 21. The younger one is 18, I think.
Okay.
And they've grown as in general as well, okay? Through running, because I see them एकजना चाहिँ especially दाइ चाहिँ एकदमै extrovert नै थियो पहिलेदेखि नै. And the way he talks to people, the way he handles certain situations. He's gotten, along with us, he's got brand deals as well.
Oh, wow.
So to be able to pull that off in
short
less
period
than
of
a
time.
year.
Yeah.
So that's pretty impressive. I mean, good for them.
And they're really known in the running scene.
Yeah,
running go scene, they're like pretty well known.
Yeah.
In terms of athletes, right? You guys have these 2 guys right now, 2 young guys. Are you guys looking to recruit other athletes and kind of create a separate thing, or this was just kind of happened?
I mean, this is just our approach of trying to push our professional side of running as well. And
like supporting as well.
Yeah, just supporting these potential bhako athletes. So through the Roka Bros, hamle paim, they stood out. Unirle garda नै idea ako hamलाई पनि. So through them, यो सुरु भयो. अनि यो सुरु भइसकेपछि चाहिँ if we see or find anyone जो चाहिँ अलिकति हामीलाई, if we see potential in them, we'll try to support them in any way we can.
Yeah, because I think all this is also very new to us.
Yeah.
Because we don't know.
Yeah.
के कस्तो हुन्छ तर
सबै कुराहरु अनि सबजनाको आफ्नो आफ्नै
Yeah,
गोल्सहरु पनि हुन्छ. I mean, it's not only running. हाम्रो रोका ब्रोसहरुमा पनि एकजना is focused in running. The elder one, Anurag, he wants to become a mountaineer.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So he says he wants to climb Mount Everest by next year.
Okay.
So this is so सबका आफ्नो गोल्सहरु हुन्छ तर त्यही पनि community-मा चाहिँ if we see someone with potential, we'll just reach out and say that we're happy to support them.
Okay.
Yep.
That's great. In terms of you guys personally now, right? I think you've seen a lot of growth in your community in terms of the people you grow, probably not just in your athletes, but in terms of the people you meet on that dance floor in front of Himalayan Java. But what about you guys personally? How have you guys changed or grown over this last year, this unbelievable year, let's say?
I think
I'll start. Okay, so for me personally, I've grown a lot. As again, when he said, we have been introverts, right? And this is a big step for us as well. It has improved us a lot. You're meeting new people every day. Every Saturday you're meeting new people, interacting with them. It's a big personal win for me. I can put myself forward and talk with people. It's still there, the anxiety and everything is still there, and it's how I cope up with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one is that networking and communication skill, right? Yeah, that's it for me. My biggest change that I've seen in my life.
Good one. Avash?
Biggest change would be, honestly speaking, if you had told me last year that I would be here speaking about this, I would have never believed you.
Yeah.
Because Run Club, our goal was obviously pushing the community aspect and things that I didn't really expect that we would get so much exposure outside of running. So I think growth in terms of let's say Run Club, or how I feel throughout the year is also I'm happy that we have been able to push and support so many new runners early. I think that's one a win for me as well throughout the last year. And it's also to being able to do things like this, like out of something out of my comfort zone that I would have never really expected.
Exactly.
So I think that's like one growth, that we are doing certain things that really scares us.
Yeah.
You know? Like even with Run Club, we try different things. For example, the Run and Rave and things. So it was kind of different that to be able to have those idea and put it into work and doing, let's say, hard things sometimes is like a good growth for me.
Yeah. I know to pull this off.
Yeah.
Because
there.
मलाई पनि अब number one is public speaking, and especially you त्यत्रो मान्छेहरू हुने बेलामा सुरुमा 10 जना हुँदा पनि त्यस्तै हुन्थ्यो, 20 जना हुँदा पनि त्यस्तै हुन्थ्यो, त्यसपछि अहिले 100 to 300 people मा पनि I feel the same. तर once I start speaking, अहिले आएर चाहिँ it comes a bit naturally, I would say. And so speaking चाहिँ it has helped. तर as Avash said, I mean, being here just a year ago, हामीले कहिले पनि सोच्न सक्दैन थियो मलाई कि we'd be approached for podcasts, for newspaper articles, यो attention चाहिँ हामीले, of course we wanted the community to grow. जति धेरै मान्छे आयो त्यति नै राम्रो हुन्थ्यो भनेर हामीलाई थियो, तर यो साइडको attention चाहिँ we never really thought about it.
Okay.
So just to pull this off, I mean, अहिले जहाँ छौँ त्यो नै it has helped me with a lot of things in life.
And I think listening to all you guys speak, it's clear that this run club is not just about improving your running, and you can find business partners, find friendships, improve public speaking, networking, and which it's obviously pitched, and the main goal is running, but you clearly get so much else out of it, which is the beauty. But I think with all of this, right now there's a lot of success behind you guys, and rightfully so. But when you guys first started, I'm pretty sure there would have been a lot of initial challenges with opening the club. Yeah. Do you guys remember any of those? And
challenge.
The first one was venue, maybe. I mean, the first challenge was finding a venue and route. त्यति बेला post run गर्ने plan चाहिँ थियो, but we weren't sure who to work with, especially cafes हरू त हाम्रो दिमागमा आएको पनि थिएन त्यति बेला. So first मा कहाँ अब parking भएको ठाउँ चाहियो सबजनालाई, त्यसको लागि चाहिँ we went to अन्नपूर्ण त्यहाँ दरबार मार्गमा. त्यसपछि त्यहाँ राख्यो, सबजनाले त्यहाँबाट कुद्यो, फर्क्यो. त्यसपछि यश I think bought water for all of them, पानी खायो, त्यसपछि गयो. And number one challenge चाहिँ venue थियो. त्यसपछि second week को लागि चाहिँ हामीलाई आइडिया आयो क्याफेसँग पनि गर्न मिल्छ भनेर, स्पेशली फर द पोस्ट रन एन्ड एभ्रिथिङ. अनि त्यसपछि क्याफे गयौँ, त्यसपछि रिच आउट, त्यसपछि त्यहाँबाट यो पोस्ट रनवाला कल्चर चाहिँ आई थिङ्क त्यहाँबाट स्टार्ट भयो. अनि इनिसियल च्यालेन्जेसहरू आई वुडन्ट से देयर वर टु मेनी च्यालेन्जेस सुरुमा चाहिँ. अब फर्स्टमा हाम्रो पर्सनल च्यालेन्जेसहरू मात्रै थियो, टु सो अप हुन्छ नि, टु टक विथ दिज न्यू पिपल, कहिले कहिले पनि नभेटा मान्छेहरू. त्यसपछि टु हुन्छ नि डु अ बेट अफ पब्लिक स्पिकिङ एज वेल. इट वाज रियली फनी. सुरुमा चाहिँ वी युज टु मेक दिज हुन्छ नि राउन्ड्स बनाउँथ्यौँ होइन, एउटा सर्कल बनाउँथ्यौँ. सर्कलमा बनाएर चाहिँ आई वुड से आई एम प्रकृतार्थ, आई एम फाउन्डर अफ आर्था रन क्लब एन्ड दिस इज माई सेकेन्ड रन विथ आर्था. And so same thing would go around.
We can't do that with 350.
Oh my God.
That's the entire run right there.
I wish we could. But we can't. And so suruvat यसरी सुरु हुन्थ्यो. Personal challenges हरू थियो, especially with public speaking and anxiety and everything. तर अब अहिले चाहिँ बिस्तारै आई थिङ्क त्यो च्यालेन्जहरू हुन्छ नि, लजिस्टिक्सवाला च्यालेन्जहरू चाहिँ अहिले आएर चाहिँ अलिक सुरु हुन थालेको, स्पेसली कन्सिडरिङ द नम्बर अफ पिपल वी हेभ showing up every week. अहिले चाहिँ त्यो सुरु हुन लागेको छ. तर बिफोर दिस the main I think the number one concern was finding enough parking for all of the cars and bikes. I'm concerned.
With now, how do you deal with parking? Because if 350 people are showing up, I don't assume all their cars are gonna fit into that
Hopefully,
back part in
So
international club.
International club is enough.
Okay.
And
I think
I'll just have it
that's
all
the
the-
keyword.
for now.
For now,
Next year, maybe not so much.
yeah.
I think if we grow, I think we really need to put a limit to the people that are gonna come in the side.
Yeah, I think we'll just put a capacity.
Oh, okay.
Because rather than having a big number, you know, you have a small, you know, a limit, and
Yeah.
you cater to that. You know, give a quality of
Quality service.
Yeah.
also the main priority, right?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make sense for us to keep our community badaya manse badaya
Yeah.
if you can't provide even basic thing
Yeah.
हामीले proper
Okay.
routine structure नै दिन सकेका छैन भने then it doesn't make sense
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah, mainly I think unmanaged and not the queues means that's the
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, should be.
Do you guys feel like you guys are hitting your upper limit of that capacity, or
As of now, I think we're slowly reaching
Yeah.
reaching there. Almost, I'd say. अहिलेलाई तर ठिकै छ.
Yeah. अहिलेको लागि ठिकै छ.
I think so, yeah.
Because
That's
we
fine.
had a certain number in mind.
Yeah.
yeah?
So obviously, like, we're getting close to that number, but
Yeah.
not that fully.
What? How did you come to decide this number? Was it just legally random, or like is there a particular thing where if something starts happening, like you can't source everybody with water, or not everybody fits in the parking lot, or
Yeah.
something like what metric are you using to set that capacity?
अहिलेलाई I think we're just using assumption.
Okay.
Yeah.
Assumption as in अब त्यही
Like not like a
अन्दाज-
random assumption. but,
Yeah, just अन्दाज लगाउने कि कतिजना मान्छेसम्म चाहिँ
Yeah.
हामी गर्न सक्छौँ भनेर we just assumed अनि त्यसपछि त्यही अनुसारले एउटा नम्बर छ.
Has there ever been a point where, because right now obviously it's successful and the sky is the limit, and now like in a year, who knows, you guys might be hosting, each of you might be in different places hosting a run club at the same time,
Oh,
you know,
that's a dream.
Yeah.
right? That could be amazing. That's
Yeah.
300 people in each, like in each corner of Kathmandu. That's 900 people running at the same time, different locations. But I'm sure that there was a point at the, or maybe there wasn't, but there was a point, there could have been a point where it just felt like it wasn't working, that like we gotta stop it, we're putting in too much money, we're not seeing anything, we gotta pull the plug, Khalko. I know, was there ever that kind of moment?
I think
No,
No.
I don't think so.
No.
no, there's no.
Yeah.
This is
Maybe not to that extent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
I mean, it has been कुनै कुनै बेलामा it has been tough for us as well. तर त्यस्तै बन्दै गरौँ भनेर अब टचवुड अहिलेसम्म सोच्नु परेको छैन and सोच्नु पनि नपरोस्.
No problem.
Yeah, right.
हाम्रो like challenge is more like about we just want to give the best experience to whoever
Yeah.
comes in there. So I think weekly challenges would be, are we able to provide to that
Yeah.
number? Right? I think that's like our biggest.
Yeah.
To
I think because it's a community, there are people involved, right? To shut it down, it's gonna have to be a bold decision to
Yeah.
actually
Yeah,
reach the community. There are,
because
like-
you have a lot of people
yeah,
behind
exactly.
you now to
There
shut
are a lot
it
of
down.
people that
and-
actually show up every
For you
Saturday
guys,
to
yeah.
look forward for Artha Run Club, right? So, not for us. I think we really have to, think about the people that actually come
Yeah,
to
I
Run
mean,
Club.
it would be selfish just
Yeah.
Yeah.
To-
pull the plug on हाम्रो कुनै inconvenience छ भने just to pull the club. To pull the plug would be selfish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
The community.
I think.
I don't think it's like at the scale you guys are at, it won't be necessary at all, right? Like
Also on the basin because सुरुमा त के अरे it was only Pakimi, right? And Thako, I went to study masters बाहिर, right? And he was the one who was actually doing it alone. And there could be त्यहाँ आउनु सक्थ्यो नि त, like let's stop this भनेर. Hopefully I was ठ्याक्क त्यति बेला into the team and hopefully सजिलो पनि भयो. Because every Saturday, showing up and managing everything by yourself, it takes dedication and actually hard work. So that's अहिले त्यसै नै चलिरहेछ. If I'm not here, Pocky and Avash are there, right, to run the run club. If Avash is not there, me and Pocky were here to actually host the Run Club. So it's actually.
Has there ever
like
been
that.
a time where like someone else has had to host it?
No.
No.
It's one of you guys is always here.
Yeah. I mean, we thought about it once.
Yeah.
होइन त्यो
Experience anyway.
पोखराको रेसको बेला
Yeah.
त्यति थट अबाउट इट तर युजली हामी बाहिरै सबजना बाहिर हुने भने चाहिँ इट्स फर सम रेस हुन्छ नि ह्यापनिङ समवेयर इन नेपाल पोखराको रेस थियो एउटा अनि त्यो रेसमा चाहिँ आई थिङ्क धेरै मान्छेहरू थिएन होला बट युजली इन यस्तो रेसेसहरू आई गेस आइड से 40 to 50% of the run club
Is
goes
not
to-
even there.
they're not here.
Yeah.
They go to participate in that race.
Okay.
So त्यसले गर्दा चाहिँ हामीले चाहिँ आई थिङ्क त्यो
Yeah.
सेट पनि भइसकेको छ कि इफ देयर इज सम रेस फर इक्जाम्पल पोखरामा कुनै रेस हुँदैछ भने चाहिँ सबजना क्लबको मान्छेहरू पनि जान्छ हामी पनि त्यही जान्छौँ अनि काठमाडौँको सट्टामा चाहिँ रन क्लब पोखरामा हुन्छ
Okay.
सो एक्चुअली डिड द्याट एज वेल
Yeah.
So you did move it to Pokhara for
Yeah.
like that
We
weekend.
did. We hosted one run Pokhrama as well.
या शेकआउट रन
Shakeout run.
सो म्याराथनको लागि गएको थियौँ
Okay.
अनि वी होस्टेड एउटा शेकआउट रन भन्ने हुन्छ म्याराथनको अगाडि युजली टु शेकआउट नै
Okay.
होइन सो त्यो रन होस्ट गरेको थियौँ हामीले पोखरामा
Okay. How do you now that you guys mass all these people every single Saturday, right?
Yeah.
It's not just your family and friends that know you, right? Some people might be completely new, right? I think a lot of people will have different expectations of what the club should be, what they want.
Yeah.
Some people might not like the whole rave thing. They might think it's promoting unhealthy. Like, just example,
Yeah,
like, personally, I think the rave is a great idea. That's why I'm coming on Saturday. I know. But how do you manage all those different expectations that your community might have for you? Because you can't satisfy everyone at the end of the day.
Yeah. I mean, we try to listen to everyone,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah.
I think यस्तो के अरे we had this we thought about this right and every time say people that register for our run there's a section where we put that anything you want us to do or anything you want to see what we like what are we doing if there's an improvement that you want to see so we just collect the feedbacks and we try to work on it one by one so for now I think we're doing it in that way.
Yeah. I mean, suggestions are obviously since so many people come. सबको केही न केही सजेसनहरू हुन्छ अब वी ट्राई टु तर अब हाम्रो एकदमै बेसिक हुन्छ वी ट्राई टु हुन्छ नि मेन्टेन अ सेफ स्पेस फर अल पिपल अनि त्यो भन्दैमा वी लिसन टु सजेसन्स अनि त्यसपछि वी think of what we can do versus what we can't do, at least immediately, what's best for the club, because some of the suggestions can be a bit subjective as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
अब हामी चाहिँ अलिकति objective भएर we try to हुन्छ नि do whatever is best for the community, for the club.
What are some like non-negotiable things that are set at Artha Run Club?
Non-negotiables.
Obviously hosting the run.
Hosting the run club. Unless it's हुन्छ नि
Do you guys
dangerous
host
for
it
the
like
people.
pani पर्दाखेरि पनि like
It depends on how hard
how
trains.
yeah
About, for example, if you remember, Asti, couple of months back, there was pretty bad pollution in Kathmandu. So that's just the case. But we basically canceled the run because it's too risky for people to show up and run into this situation. No? So in terms of like rain, if it's like light drizzle and stuff, that's completely fine. Except that if it's like really harsh rain, we cancel it.
Yeah. But I think recently चाहिँ अब हामी त we're there no matter what. होइन अनि पानी पर्यो भने पनि अलि राम्रै पर्यो भने पनि विल बी देयर अब इफ पिपल कम एन्ड इफ दे वान्ट टु रन इन द रेन दे क्यान डु इट हामीले त्यस्तो क्यान्सल नै चाहिँ गरिहाल्दैनौँ तर अभियसली विल लेट पिपल नो द्याट इट्स हुन्छ नि
Pretty risky.
Is your body like accustomed to waking up on Saturday? Like they have any autopilot my गाडी चलाएर international club पुग्ने जस्तो भयो होला
No, मेरो त definitely not. I mean, I still have hard time
waking up.
Yeah, waking up. Yeah, I think सबको different नै छ होला. I tend to wake up at, say, anywhere between 4:30 to 5.
किनभने तपाईँ टाढैबाट आउनुपर्छ होइन
म र यश चाहिँ actually यश झन् टाढा हो एक हिसाबले.
तपाईँ नजिकै हो है
I live near Salty-Mode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why, because I think म त त्यही भएर 3 बजे उठ्छु every Saturday run
Wow.
because I need 1 hour of हुन्छ नि before I start my day.
Yeah,
1 hour,
that's
so I
right.
need my 1 hour. त्यही भएर चाहिँ I try to wake up at 3 तर snooze गर्दा 3:30 हुन्छ right.
So it's crazy to think that you wake up
3:30
at
is
3.
crazy.
Yeah. It's a Saturday night, so some people probably like coming back at 3. That's crazy.
तर आवाशको चाहिँ habit छ.
Yeah.
He's a habit of waking up early,
I have a habit of waking up at 4:30 to 5 every day.
which is ideal. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a goal, to be honest.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean,
4:30
to
मा
wake
उठ्नु भने
up
त
effortlessly at 4:30
Right.
a.m. It's
That's
definitely a goal.
I think with you, right, once you do it over like a period of time, the alarm
Yeah.
पनि चाहिएन
And I wake up naturally.
तपाईँ कति बजी सुत्छ नि what time do you go to bed?
I mean, I try to go at 9.
Oh
Usually.
wow, okay.
Damn.
9:30, 10 नै हुन्छ.
You guys have probably had to make a lot of sacrifices because Friday night, not just the night you go to Tamil, I know, but it's also the परिवारमा के भइरहेको हुन्छ like like family dinner, like
Yeah.
friends are getting together, like त्यस्तो खालको like do you sacrifice all of it or how do you kind of balance that out?
No, yeah, I think we sacrificed all of it.
Yeah.
हाम्रो केसमा चाहिँ अब हाम्रो usually family-सँग भयो भने त it's no problem because we can usually wrap up by 10:30, 11.
Yeah.
तर फ्रेन्डसँग नाइट आउट वाला जुन थियो or हुन्छ नि anything सेकुवाएर ड्रिङ्क्स भन or फ्राइडे नाइट के अरे थमेलहरू भन त्यो सबै चाहिँ we've completely cut it off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because यतिकै त like you need to wake up early, very early, 3-4 मा उठ्छ and you're sleeping at 12-1 त्यो you can't function in the early morning.
No, I hate it because especially considering we have to do the organizing and
everything.
speaking and catering everyone.
The only people that can manage that is the 5 people that go club hopping from Tamil to Artha Run Club.
They can manage it.
Yeah.
I think when people amass your kind of following and your kind of community, they sometimes they gated हुन थाल्छ के and they kind of lose track of why they started and they start to do things in the community that maybe might not directly align and that causes it to like close out khalko हैन. But I think what's beautiful about your run club is you guys are always open to new people.
Yeah.
You guys have always made that safe space, whether it's what I hear from word of mouth or what I see on social media. People are always saying, just come, like, it's not as scary as it seems, you know, like, just come, just show up, like, just check it out. And if people are saying that, it shows that the community is close, but it's still open for newcomers, right?
Yeah.
How do you maintain that and prevent it from closing off and just becoming this small little bubble?
So for that, right, we always put up a message that all the Run Club, it's grown, right, and there are a lot of new people that actually join us every Saturday. I think we have lost track. But we always say, if you are new or if you come alone, then we're always here for you. There are so many people, right? We really can't actually we try to be welcoming सबैजनालाई गएर hi hello त गर्छ हामीले तर like in just small amount of time मा like 350 plus मान्छेहरूलाई चाहिँ केटो गर्न it's very hard, right? You actually lose the track त्यति बेला चाहिँ and
it's like a wedding every Saturday.
Yeah, right. So त्यही भएर चाहिँ every time हामी टाइममा पनि announce गर्छ कि when you are like briefing everything कि if you are like coming alone, right, if you are here alone or it's your first time, you can always come to the team and say hi, and we are here for you, भनेर. And that's one message we really want to put out to all the people that actually come and want to come alone.
Yeah.
Right.
It might seem scary that
Yeah, it might seem scary, but we are always here.
Yeah.
You know, if we missed out saying hi to you, you can always come to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can always come to us and like say hi, how are you, everything. You know, you can say that.
Yeah.
I came alone here. Oh, this is my first time, right? So
Yeah.
I think if you guys leave yourself open like that and new people do approach you, they're also more likely to come back.
yeah.
yeah.
And at the end of the day, that's the goal because that grows the community. You know?
Yeah.
In terms of the future for Artha Run Club, right? And like for people that are already part of your tight-knit community or potential people that want to join, right? What can people look forward to, let's say, in this next year after this previous incredible year of growth?
One thing is more run and rave.
Yeah, Run and Raves obviously will host similar parties
Yeah.
throughout this year. I mean, there's this one special event. We can't announce it officially yet.
Yeah.
There's a special event happening pretty soon, for which so it's a bit different to what we do. Ani will share any details very soon.
Yeah, very soon.
It's not something that we've already done.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
different.
It's a different thing.
And it's been in the works for a while.
For a while now.
A lot of back and forths, but
Yeah.
we're finally here.
Yeah,
So
pretty excited for that as well.
No, I look forward to hearing it. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be here, but it
Yeah.
sounds really good.
yeah,
In terms of like, because I think a lot of people put in dedication to show up to Artha Run Club,
Yeah.
and you guys do too, because you guys had to show up extra early.
Yeah.
Two of you guys drive from like halfway across Kathmandu. And, like,
From
it's
one point
there's a
of-
lot of dedication, right?
Yeah.
What motivates you to keep showing up and waking up every Saturday? It might not be hard for you, Avash, right? And to just keep growing, you know, not just waking up on Saturday, but like growing it, developing it, posting more content, coming up with these new ideas. What motivates you? What keeps pushing you to move forward?
I think it's for the community, right? It's for the people that actually come. And so I'll say I think Artha is at a point where it's not only for us, right? It's for a lot of people that actually want to come, want to join, and have an experience of running in the morning. So actually, that motivates us. You know,
yeah.
that's the main motivator for us.
Yeah, it's definitely the community.
Community, yeah.
And also being able to help the community
Yeah,
in different ways.
Yeah.
But whether it be like with fitness or anything. And also like it also feels nice to see the people progress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of feels like, oh, हामीले गरेर, like
Yeah,
it's just like
yeah.
उनीहरूले आफै गरेर तर
Yeah.
through the club it's
Yeah.
kind of like, oh, we've helped them meet new people.
Yeah.
Some people, you know, might be improving in different ways. After type ma.
And
Exactly,
we hear a lot of people saying that, you know, Artha was my like Artha actually helped me start get into running.
Yeah.
भनेर भने कि
About right. About सुरुमा चाहिँ आई थिङ्क हाम्रो अलिकति पर्सनल गोल्सहरू पनि सेल्फ सेन्ट्रिक थियो नि त with Artha Run Club. सुरुमा when it was small, when it was just starting. सुरुमा अलिकति सेल्फ सेन्ट्रिक थियो तर होला होइन अब आफ्नो हुन्छ नि एउटा आफैले के गर्ने भन्ने एउटा गोल थियो नि त. तर अहिले आएर चाहिँ कम्युनिटी पनि ठुलो हुँदै गयो. There are so many people who we've known होइन थ्रु द क्लब. अनि त्यो भइसकेपछि चाहिँ हामीले आफ्नो लागि भन्दा पनि क्लब एन्ड कम्युनिटीको लागि चाहिँ हेर्न थालेछौँ. सो त्यो पर्सपेक्टिभ चाहिँ अलिकति सिफ्ट भएको छ कि थ्रु आवर पर्सनल गोल्स भन्दा पनि वाट्स बेस्ट फर अस पर्सनली भन्दा पनि वाट्स बेस्ट फर द क्लब. सो त्यो चाहिँ सिफ्ट भएको छ कि
Right.
पर्सनली स्पिकिङ.
I think it feels like there's feeling that like it's become bigger than you guys now, and then there's it's not just about you guys. You guys are not just showing up to grow a thing that you created, but now you're showing up for the community that you built and that you're looking to develop further, right?
Yeah, I mean exactly. I mean, we have an incentive to wake up at 3 a.m. to 4:30 a.m. होइन every Saturday उठेर त्यहाँ आएर and त्यसपछि to manage everything, to organize, to meet people, to talk to people. सबै त्यो गर्नलाई we have an incentive because it's हामी organizers भइसकेपछि who's going to do it?
Yeah.
अरू कोही छैन. तर I mean, I'm still amazed at the people who come because हाम्रो लागि त incentive छ because it's our thing, we're doing it. तर अरू मान्छेहरूको लागि त I'm amazed to see them coming that early on a Saturday morning and choosing to run.
Yeah.
And saying almost every Saturday because there are so many people who haven't missed a single run since they joined the club.
Yeah.
And they were talking about, I think, 50, close to 50 weeks in a row. So hats off to them, and hats off to these people who, everyone who shows up every Saturday at 6 a.m.
I think it's really like commendable what you guys do because I think once you reach your guys' level, what a lot of people tend to do is it's successful, right? So now you look at the opportunity to outsource that job of waking up at 4:30 and hosting it. You know, you manage the back end and you kind of let other people show up and manage it for you, but you're just looking at the pure growth on, let's say, social media or just networking. Like, you don't actually have to go every week, but you guys have made it so that you have to show up. That's the expectation, and you maintain that personal connection with that community you built, you know?
Yeah.
And I think not losing sight of that is, I think, really important and I think really awesome, you know?
Thank you.
I think in terms of moving away from the club now and let's look at running in general, right? What do you think the ideal running culture should be in Nepal? How should people look at running here?
Running, I feel like it should be, I mean, it's the same as Vyasa. I think with the community, not with only what we've built, there are also like other communities that help promote runs, because there are other communities as well. That I think collectively, all these clubs, we've kind of like made more people aware about running. So culture is growing in Nepal. I won't only say that we've put the influence. That overall, sabeko sathले we've built this running culture in Nepal. That I would say, just be safe on the road, enjoy. I think that's like the important bits.
Culture. Inclusive हुनु पर्यो, obviously.
Yeah.
So your sport भन्ने बित्तिकै it's one of the most accessible activities out there. So त्यो भन्ने बित्तिकै एकदमै inclusive नै हुनु पर्यो. Whoever's doing it, जसले गरे पनि सकेसम्म it should cater to all people.
Yeah.
सबजनालाई चाहिँ cater गर्न सक्नु पर्यो. अनि that's what we're trying to push as well.
Yeah. It should not be something like सोचिराख्नु पर्यो, like takes a lot of time and to be honest, running is simple. Just tie your lace, you get off your house, just run, right? Simple. So it should be simple.
Yeah. And I would say don't set a really unexpected standard because obviously running is really popping off.
Yeah.
And just to start off with running, you don't have to run 5 kilometers.
Yeah.
I think that's like a big misconception as well.
Yeah.
Because social media, there's a lot of pressure, okay? Because social media, there's a lot of running, reels and content and stuff. So people are running 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, half marathon, full marathons.
Strava as well.
Yes, Strava. There's a lot of data going on.
Strava is a big one.
Yeah. So I would say if you're just like starting off with running, even running 1 kilometer is actually really tough.
Yeah.
Because so say when 1 kilometer is actually far,
Yeah.
So and it takes effort as well. Because even non-stop is not easy.
Yeah.
So even if you're running 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers, or like it's still running. So don't think you have to run in a certain pace or you have to run a certain distance to call yourself a runner.
Yeah.
So that's what
I think once you you're there to actually run, I think that's a big win actually. You don't have to run like 10 kilometers or in certain pace. Your thought of running and actually showing up to the run is actually itself a win.
Yeah.
Right.
do you, in terms of the media, right, and the kind of social media that we consume about running, do you think the actual things that we post need to change the culture around running to make it more acceptable, or do you think it's how we perceive that content?
I think it's more like a perceived, right?
Yeah. I think obviously there's a lot of like content that it can be taken in both ways.
It can be, yeah.
Because about
both.
certain people, about especially now, I feel like there's a lot of running content.
Yeah.
It's a little, gati garo feel huncha with all these data and like runs go, posts that you see.
Yeah.
That is also like you can take it as motivation as well, because if I can do something, someone else can do it as well in a way.
Yeah.
So you can fuel, the motivation that way as well.
After when you run now, when you open the Strava and look at it, and
you tend to feel bad.
Yeah. You tend to feel bad. म त run नगरेको त Strava पनि खोल्नु मन लाग्दैन honestly. किनकि as soon as like you like 8 बजेपछि like there are a lot of सबैजनाले runs complete गरिसकेको हुन्छ नि त. तर as I said, you can look that as a motivator as well.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I skipped today, right? तर it can fuel me up. Boli I need to be there, right?
I mean, it's one of the most important mindsets
Yeah.
there is, especially any type of content, running ko here pani, lifting ko here pani. When you see it, your perspective is, okay, मैले गरिन आज, मैले गरिन, I feel bad, I tend to feel bad. तर अर्को पर्सपेक्टिभ इज गरिरहेको छ मान्छेले अनि त्यो कन्टेन्ट अब त्यस्तै किसिमको छ. फर इक्जाम्पल डेभिड कगिन्स वाला कन्टेन्ट आयो अरे,
Gotta carry the boat.
gotta carry the boats, dude. अनि त्यो भइसकेपछि त अर्को पर्सपेक्टिभ इज कि अब उसले गर्न सकेको छ भने त अभियसली आई क्यान डु इट एज वेल. And I think that's one of the most important mindsets हुन्छ नि any person can have, कि उसले if they can do it, I can do it as well.
Do you think David Goggins is like a good thing for the culture or not really?
I mean,
I think what he is doing is actually good. He has his own story. And I think I read his book as well. He had his own story. He had his own downfall and all that thing. But the mindset thing that he actually, tries to emphasize and all, I think that mindset should be there. Everybody should have a mindset.
Yeah.
Like not giving up mindset.
Yeah. But I would say like you need to listen to your body as well. It's like obviously he runs like
that's a wrong message.
Like hundreds of kilometers that are
obviously you need
Should
to be strong.
tough,
You need
but
to
like-
be,
So you need to listen to your body, because just because someone else is doing something tough, it's kind of like they've trained that long for it, neither.
Yeah.
So for example, if someone wants to run a marathon tomorrow, it's gonna be tough.
Like I can't go run a marathon after we finish this recording.
Oh no, bro.
Yeah.
It's practically impossible.
I don't even think I can run a 5K after we do this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
So
it's like-
it's objectively David Goggins or similar characters, once they can be good, especially for people who need it. And it depends on what message they're sharing as well. In terms of motivation, त्यो सबै कुराहरू त्यसमा sorry. मोटिभेसनको कुरामा चाहिँ yes, अब त्यस्तो देखिसकेपछि anyone can get motivated to do whatever they want to. तर as Avash said, listening to your body, अब उसले I think he ran 100 miles with broken legs, होइन?
David Goggins.
Like he's got like some kind of injury.
Yeah, injury. I think
with his knee.
broken. I think she नै त्यस्तो के थियो.
Yeah.
He has done multiple things. यो bad water पनि गरेछ, right?
Yeah.
He has done like impossible things पनि गरेछ.
Yeah, to extreme. And it just shows people what humans can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean that तिमीले पनि same कुरै गर्नुपर्छ, but एउटा ठिक्कको inspiration लिने and just start whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
It's like I said, you gotta, it's how you perceive the content, right? It's not like you shouldn't take it to heart and feel like he's putting me down, I have to do this, but it should be seen as like light motivation, whereas if he can run 100 miles with broken feet, I can run 6
Yeah.
kilometers
Exactly.
with Artha Run Club on Saturday.
Yeah.
And that's I think ideal. If someone's climbing Mount Everest, obviously I can climb Shivapuri.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
that's really good. After limited.
I think my final question to wrap up this amazing conversation would be just to re-emphasize that sense of community that you guys have built, right? I think a lot of young people, especially in Nepal, have realized the importance of community and what it can do, not just for them to be a part of one, but for them to create one, and also use that as like a form to help other people.
Yeah.
So in terms of you who are like pioneers in running and creating like a community surrounding running, which 2-3 years ago might have seemed impossible in Nepal, right? What advice would you have for those young people that want to create communities in their own niche?
Okay, I'll go first, right?
Yeah.
So one of the main thing is consistency. It's gonna take time to build a community. It took us from 12 runners to actually be able to host a run where like more than 400 people are there. It took us 1 year. 1 year of consistently showing up every Saturday. So it's gonna take time, right? And you also have to give time to the community. It's not something that it's gonna be built like in a month or two. It's gonna take time. So whatever you're doing, if you have a vision and if you have a plan, just work on it. Give the time that it needs to take, right? And just show up every day, be consistent, and everything will fall in place.
Yeah. I think adding on to that, just trust the process.
Yeah.
So obviously
Is also
there are, different communities in Nepal as well.
Yeah.
They have their own niche and they're doing well as well. But I think it's like all of these communities that are there, it's just like they're constantly showing up.
Yeah.
And just trusting the process. Sometimes it might seem a bit slow. Eventually it will lead somewhere. So you just gotta, stick with it.
I mean, it's not something you can force either. Force गरेर बन्ने कुरा पनि होइन, but if you have a proper vision or goal to what you want your community to be like, how you want the people to feel, and everything. So त्यो एउटा set goal भयो भने चाहिँ, I think, as Yash said, as Avash said, trust the process, be consistent. त्यो सबै त्यो mix गरेर लिएर जान सक्यो भने चाहिँ it will definitely lead somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. I think you have to know obviously when things are not working, but I think if you have that purpose, that artha, that driven like goal, and you kind of stick to that and kind of don't get sidetracked too heavily, things will fall into place slowly.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming, guys. I took up a lot of your time. Your watches are probably telling you to get up now.
No, that's fine. Yeah, we had fun.
Thank you for coming. Is there anything else you guys would like to add, or?
I would just like to say thank you, Manav, for hosting us
Thank you.
and your amazing podcast, Bottom Up.
Thank you.
Just a question, bottoms up चाहिँ किन भएन? Why is it bottom up?
Bottoms up भयो भने चाहिँ alcohol को like त्यसो भयो. And then if I wasn't a minor, I probably would have done it. तर when I started it, I was a minor, so अलिकति like त्यो not good publicity हुन सक्छ भने मात्रै
Yeah,
हो.
that's fine.
Okay.
But एक हिसाबले सोच्यो भने bottomबाट up पनि भन्न मिल्यो.
त्यही हो. So that's the inherent concept. That I go into bottoms up because then I could put a logo with a beer on it and it would have been cool. That
Yeah.
I think I was too young then.
No, I mean, thank you, Manav, for having us.
Of course, it was a pleasure, and I learned a lot about running and all. And I'll see you guys in 2 days on Saturday. And
Yes, please. What's up,
Thanks so much,
please?
Manav.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.